at least like the funny, Chaco. I'll give you that. I made something that'll maybe cutting at you, but it's funny.
Fee, can I ask a question?
There we go.
Shoot.
I want to get weapons training, flame weapon training. That's how I wait for the missionary advance.
What, everyone?
Okay, there's 7 of us in here. Oh yeah, no, I was thinking about the Chimera. So if there's 7 of us in here, that means there'd be 5 more infantrymen that could fit in, plus the driver and the commander position. That's 7. I guess the gunner might just be an extra empty seat, so 8 infantrymen outside.
Probably 5.
Okay, then 5.
Yeah, 5 is also a good number.
Oh yeah, you need food room.
Yep, and if Alexander's training the last one, then you know, if we may end up with more or less a hardened core of a hardened fire team of Stormtrooper-like combatants.
No, Stormtrooper-like. It's like, I will not be happy until your weapons, your ballistic skills are 1. Do you hear me?
He needs training. We have untraining aboard this ship.
I remember a long time ago in heavy metal, I don't remember the name of the character. It was always like 1 page of this guy with this weird face, and
That's a lot of heavy metal.
Star Wars. And I just remember when Star Wars showed him wearing Stormtrooper armor, and it was Princess Leia. And the points missing her with points. And it's like we were ridiculed for our actions. And he shows him blast minus 10%.
Poor Stormtroopers.
Is working?
No, I would like to have them more trained up. Yeah, they can stand and fight if they have to, but they can also
Run away.
render first aid, haul bodies back.
Yeah, so like Imperial Stormtroopers.
Alexander. No,
I think
it'd be
he means-
more like
I think he means 40k Stormtroopers, not Star Wars Stormtroopers.
I know, but I hear Stormtroopers and I think 40k Star Wars.
Yeah, everyone does.
No.
Because
I think Imperial Germany.
oh yeah, you either think of
You're
Nazis
thinking
or...
Guys.
Fiaura? What is it?
Really? Really? The first time I actually say something and everyone just talks over me for 2 minutes. No, keep going. I love you. Love all of you. I swear. No,
Nobody
Stormtroopers all
says
have basic
anything.
first aid training. This is not... Also, you don't get Stormtroopers for voicemen anyway. Like, you don't get any.
No, he was saying he was going to train them like they were.
No, you don't understand. Stormtroopers are classified as troopers who use the Hellgun or the Hotshot Las, and you don't get those on starships.
Yeah,
Period.
no. Fiaura, we know that. He still says he's going to like give them like the same basic like regiment, like give them the intensity of that.
No, because you can't have stormtroopers.
But yeah, you're not going to be actual troopers. They're just, you know, it's just like make them an elite guard, basically, is what he's saying.
I think
We still can have
do
them.
the training.
Good luck keeping them.
Oh god, I just thought if Jaime does the training. Okay, the first one to actually make me feel something doesn't do 20 laps around the ship today.
Stormtroopers in the Imperial Guard have a 92% washout rate. So I said good luck keeping them. They will probably end up leaving the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, leaving the ship through the airlock in the vacuum of space.
No. Kuramachi, when you land, your ship is not exactly small. If people want to leave, there's not a lot you can do.
Well, I'm not saying they're gonna want you to leave, because if they get to that point, you're probably gonna start complaining, and it's my job to make them stop complaining, by any means necessary.
Not by any means necessary.
Corporal punishment.
No, your job is to attend to the faith.
You're not a commissar. You're not a. Yeah, you're not a commissar. You're not a thought police. You're a spiritual advisor.
Since when the church is not a spiritual police, not a tough police?
Because the church is not officially recognized anymore in the 30th millennia.
They have a point. You're not actually...
See if I care.
Technically, you and Sybil are the biggest heretics of this era.
Yep.
Well, besides...
That is...
Besides,
that is actually accurate.
Actually, wait, there's probably, like, Logar, the Word Bearers, and, like, the slowly forming church. The Lector Divinitatis. But they're still small, and they work in, like, shadows and shit. Well, except Logar, he was pretty on point about it, but he got bitch slapped for a reason.
Again, see if Marcy cares.
I think you'll find that it doesn't quite work, Kuramachi. What'll end up happening is people will actually not only start questioning your authority, but openly rebelling.
Do you think I don't want that?
No, I don't think you do, because I don't think you want to have to fight 30 people at once.
I don't want to burn 30 people at once.
Kuramachi, do you want to have to fight the captain?
No, maybe she would want to jump out of the airlock if that happened.
Like, what you're talking about is what encourages mutiny. And a few thousand people in a mutiny is not a good place to be. It's not a happy place.
Yeah, and no offense, the rest of the upper crew would probably join with the mutinous people against the crazy priest.
I just wonder if any of you people have just realized that all along I wanted to kill Marcy because we are in the 30k, and she's basically useless.
You're not useless. I mean, one, you've...
No, I'm useless. I mean, my Medicaid skill is shit. Everything I do doesn't do anything in this timeline. I'm useless.
Then train up Medicaid. You can train skills.
I want to train Medicaid. I want to get my Medicaid plus 20, but I don't think Fiaura is gonna let me.
Well, when you get the XP, just purchase it. It comes in the class. Plus,
Yeah,
you have...
I have Medicaid plus 10 as natural, I think. Hang on, let me take a look.
Plus, I mean, even if you, I mean, are still not can ever be considered a priest, it's, I mean, you could still style yourself as some self-styled hero of the Imperium. I mean, it's the Great Crusades. It's the time of charismatic men leading great armies. Grab a sword, get a bunch of fucking peasants, point at some alien race, and say fucking charge, and they will fucking charge and wipe that goddamn species out of existence.
In style,
That goes completely against her character.
Killing Xenos? There ain't nothing wrong
No,
with that.
not killing Xenos, leading people. She doesn't lead people.
She's a priest!
You're a priest. That's your job.
Yeah, she's bad at her job.
But technically she's a confessor, which is more confessing than leading, but, yeah.
I mean, it's Rogue Trader. We're all leaders in some fashion. We're bridge crew.
Do not let her lead people, I'm just saying that.
Anyways, hello Streamland. Fiora, do we have stuff we need to square away or get on task and everything?
Oh, Fiora, Hetty shall not be making it. He is not feeling well.
He's
Okay.
unconscious. Which is where he should be. He's unconscious. Which is kind of where I should be, but I'm not. Because I like you guys too much.
Yeah, just a heads up. I want you to get Medicaid plus 10 as an advance. Can I do that?
Probably depends on what level or rank you are.
I think we're rank 1.
Well, then find the rank that you have to get to before you can get that.
Yeah, it's true. I want to get it as a elite advance for 300 XP. Yeah, because I think Tommy was the one who said that was for an elite advance, it should be the cost plus 50%.
Oh, it also depends on the GM.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
plus 50%, but you could just purchase other things until it comes time to get rank 2 and therefore save yourself 100 XP, but that's your choice. I would not rush skills and talents that I will have access to later anyway.
I mean, the other thing I wanted to do was get flame weapon training to actually be able to use the flamethrower, something that is not just spraying around.
No, you can use the flame weapon training. The only thing, you can use any flame weapon just fine because you don't have to make tests for it. The only thing flame weapon training does is open up the ability purge and or was it spread and purge or something like that, which
it opens up access to other talents. It does not.
Yeah.
However, it literally says that flamer weapons do not require intense training so much as they would simply require the know-how to understand how to avoid blowing oneself up.
Yeah, because later I can get cleanse and purify, and even further up I can get some really good things.
Why are you worried about I can get some really good things further up? It doesn't matter if you can get those things further up if you have no base from which to take advantage of them.
Yeah, which is why I'm asking, can I take the flame weapon training so I can get the cool stuff?
But
no!
Wait,
I'm just going to straight up tell you no. You want to know why? Because I'm going to tell you right now to your face that if you take a bunch of elite advances and don't take any of the basic stuff, when you get later and you don't have that basic stuff and it comes up, you're going to be complaining you don't have the basic stuff.
It's not an elite advance. We are rank 1, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Flame Weapon Training Anniversary is a rank 1 advance.
Then why are you asking if you can take it or not? It's something that's right there in front of you that's your basic... It's a... Why are you asking permission to take something that's literally a part of your class?
Because I literally don't know anything about this game and I'm unsure what to do.
Or just take things as you are, as they open up to you and as you want them. Just as long as they open up to your class and you're at the rank, take them. Just you don't have to ask Fiaura for every purchase you make. You just have to normally on Thursdays, or at least before the next each game, tell her what you made. She'll understand and acknowledge it.
Excuse me if I'm not smart.
Do people read it?
No, it's just you're new to her.
No, it's just the fact that you haven't taken the time to read the book. If you just read the section on XP advances, which is less than a page, you would not have to ask these questions.
I think her more problem is she doesn't, since we haven't really purchased XP, she doesn't understand how, like, you want with, like, purchasing talents, like how we don't have to ask you with everything, we just have to tell you what we make. I think that's sort of the problem.
Yeah, you only ask me if it's something outside of your class or an elite advance. You don't ask me for, hey, I want to spend XP. Okay. That's literally the response. Okay, as long as you're not, taking stuff that's outside your career, I don't care. It's not my place to micromanage your character for you. All I'm going to do is read over what you send me and go, okay, that makes sense. Yes, I can see you did that with that, that with that, that with that. Okay, you're good. That's literally what I'm going to do. And if the only time I'm going to say something to you is when you do something, is when I look at something and I go, that doesn't make any sense. And by not make any sense, it's less, it's less, how should I describe this? It's less, that doesn't make any sense, why do you have that? It's going to be more, that's outside of your class or outside of your current rank. Do you want to explain that one? And that's it. If you literally just read the 2 pages on how to buy advances and experience, I'm looking at it right now, it's like page 37 to 39. You literally will learn how to level up your character.
Oh, and another thing Elite Advance is kind of for is like stuff that doesn't actually have like a lore or a skill. Like say, or you're on a certain planet and you've been reading their history, you might ask, can I take lore for this planet? And that might be something.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is it's for, hey, so can I take the lore for X or Y or Z?
Yeah, like, or say your character, all your character does is bake shit. You could be like, hey, I want to take, what trade baker? I don't know. I'm gonna bake the best goddamn pastries the Imperium has ever fucking tasted.
Yeah, that's actually something I was planning. But you just
Become a
revealed
baker.
my secret to everyone?
Alright, in the meantime, Astropath and Voidmaster are open because Sir Shells and Sorcerer's Kitty can't actually attend to play.
I'm the Astropath. The Astropath's not open.
Navigator and Voidmaster, my mistake.
We don't need more people actually casting psychic stuff and blowing up. One is bad enough when he blows up.
No, he's not. We should totally have like 2 other people exploding.
5 cycles, poor team. Let's do it.
Oh, you want a Syikar party? We need to do
You
that
want a
one day,
Seikar
just
party?
Syikar
Because that's how you get chaos. Is that what you want? Because that's how you get it. Anyway, Sorcerer's Kitty and Sir Shells both said that they are too busy to attend. So if you want in, I need either a Navigator or a Voidmaster.
I'll be right back. Someone's calling me and need my help to a neighbor. Someone needs help moving something up. I'm sorry, he's an old guy. He's like
All
60.
you had to do was say I'm going AFK. I don't need the rest of the information. I'm going to go to their sections now. So, whereas the Astropath is like the communications officer, the Navigator is literally the person who's supposed to navigate them through the warp.
Wait, did you say a Voidborn?
Void Master.
Oh, sorry, I have a tech.
So if you want to be the guy who has to find the Astronomicon, and also the person who is well, you get some Seikar things. We could have another Seikar, maybe. No, but yes, maybe. The other person, the Voidmaster. Let's go read theirs. Voidmaster turn, you describe someone who has risen to master one of or more of the mysterious arts of running the space-going vessel. You're the jack of all trades.
Fee, give me a sec, because I think I might have one that I've sent you, like ages ago when we were still making this.
Yeah, but you didn't show it. You did, I think. Maybe on the list, but you didn't actually, like...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but your position isn't open, so the position for the character you sent, it isn't open.
Okay, fair enough.
You sent an explorer.
Yeah, I can make one for next session if you guys are up for it.
Voidmaster, the bus driver.
A Voidmaster is a bus driver, basically. The Navigator is a map man, and basically, if you've ever seen Indiana Jones, look into the eye, and that is what happens to your face.
Oh, Sturges, you're sitting in chat right now. Sturges. Really? Really, Sturges? Really? You think I wouldn't notice this shit? You think I wouldn't notice?
Wouldn't notice what? Sorry, I had to get to the door.
Best quality Xenomesh?
Who put that on the sheet?
Don't worry about it. Best quality chainsword? Best quality hell pistol? Sturges! Come on. Do I look like a chump? Don't answer that question. Your life depends on it.
Guys.
I mean, look, they can try. Oh god, time to make a character.
Yes, it's in the core rulebook, but you're not... Everyone was allowed one best quality item, not 3. Looking
Wait,
at
we
you.
were allowed a best quality item?
If you didn't take it, not my fault.
I will have taken it. Damn it!
Well,
Son of the squash.
my best quality item was my armor, but now it's good quality because of fee.
I'm guessing I cannot take a best quality power sword at this time and moment.
No.
And Imperial God away.
Control of race of Sophia. Okay, you have a... Is this actually searching properly? So if I type that in... Yeah. You have a skill that's not in the core rulebook at all. So I don't know what that is. Yeah, there'll have to be some corrections. Just a few. I was gonna throw you in right now, but...
Someone mentioned recruiting.
Okay.
What did I miss?
Everything.
You're being sarcastic, right?
No, I'm
Maybe.
not.
Maybe, baby. Alright, so you guys ended up down here. You've gotten barely into the cathedral, gotten into a fight with a bunch of Naga-like creatures. That is the best description I can describe them as. Or snake men. Snake men is another good description. Who proved, lethally resilient until you shot their shaman in the head. And I presume you are all now going to take some time to examine the room.
Carl is telling me that you're recruiting a tech right now. Is that correct?
No. I literally said a Void Master or a Navigator. Neither of those are tech priests. Well, a Void Master could be a tech priest because Jack of all trades basically is what that class is.
Well, Carl told me that you were hiring that, so I'm double checking.
Why does it matter? You're already in the game playing a character.
I'm not. The reason I was asking is because I am not in there.
Gordon.
Anywho, with the firefight over, Amber will step out from behind his cover. He's got his last pistol out, and he's walking slowly in the room, his cyber legs stomping around, looking around very carefully, trying to map out just what's in the chamber, and if anything interesting necessarily pops up to his practice eye.
Hi, this bag of hugs for $5.
Yay,
Hold!
Toki.
Marcy's gonna shoot a hateful glare towards Emmer, but she's gonna quickly turn to Alexander and start treating his wounds with the Medicaid kit she has on her.
Thank you.
So, do I roll for Medicaid?
Yep. That would be a Medicaid roll.
I'm using a Medicaid kit. Do I get a modifier?
Normally it's a plus 20.
What she said before I could say it.
Sorry.
Garflago, you're fine. That was fine.
So it's a plus 20 on my normal roll?
Yes. Okay, you stop him from bleeding or potentially dying, but he's not actually, you know, going to get any instant healing.
I'm gonna stay here and try it. Go on, Ink.
Alexander will probably cough, bow his head, and say, I think I'm patched up enough to continue service. A bit. Probably putting a finger through some of the holes through my clothing.
She's not gonna let him get up. She's gonna just keep him there to treat him until she deems him good enough to continue.
He will probably have attempted to get up a bit, but eventually will stay down.
So I would like to welcome everyone to the Cryptorium. As you all now get a chance to actually take a look at your bearings, so to speak. And the sheer number of human skulls in any other universe in this little room would be unnerving. But in here, no, this is normal. This is what you would expect for a crypt.
Hello, I'm back, and no.
As you can clearly see that this is a crypt for people, or was anyway. To call it desecrated would be to do a disservice to the term desecrated, as there are rows of skeletons that have been upturned, graves that have been smashed open, and generally speaking, absolutely no respect for the dead.
Well, I'd respect the dead more if they didn't have such shiny loot.
Was this your fault, O'Neill? Alexander Pike actually says.
You're lucky that Marcy's not seeing Emma right now, because if she was, she would run to him just to slap his face and stop him from desecrating the dead.
He looks back at Alexander. He goes, No, I've just gotten here after all, but I do lament the lack of loot we're likely to find here.
Like I said, she's not seeing you, she's not paying attention, she's on attention on Alex.
So, what is everyone else doing while the priest is tending to the wounded, to our wounded friend?
I'm taking inventory and stock of the room, seeing if there's anything of particular interest as far as trinkets, archaeological treasures, and relics existing in here.
Anybody else before I start?
Dude, this is.
Oh wait, sorry, now I'm back. So Crypt,
Chaco,
desecrated.
stop just randomly coming on and going, I'm back!
No, sorry, when I said it the first time, I noticed I left something, I ran away again.
Chaco, unless someone directly talks to you, we don't really need to know when you go AFK and when you get back, okay?
Okay, sorry.
Because you just came in twice and interrupted everyone. And after last night, I'm really, really not on tolerance level for people just interrupting each other. Sorry if I'm a little edgy right now. But in the meantime, so I have Hitomi's action, Kuru's action, and Yin Yang Lord's action. What about Chaco, Furry One, and Panzer?
I mean, I'm rolling and writing my character right now.
Okay.
Well then, you said that I kind of caught a little bit this place is covered in stuff. What kind
Don't
of...
have an action yet. Just hold off.
Yeah.
So I need to know the other two people.
Jaime basically, as I said, he compliments Marcy on her work, tells Yin Yang Lord to stay back, and then he goes back to watching the hallway until everybody's done checking this room out.
So you're watching the hallway to make sure nothing comes this way.
That's correct.
Cool. I will tell you down the hall you see a couple of dimly lit torches, and let me get the picture real quick from my file. There is something rather... How should I describe this? There is a chest bearing the symbol of the Imperial Aquila in this alcove. I'm gonna get the thing for it right now. Other than that, the hallway is fairly empty. As far as artifacts are concerned, Hitomi, there is an altar here that has a rather large... I don't want to say statuette, but it's a statuette.
What of?
Appears to be an Imperial Aquila below several other sitting atop several other symbols, kind of like a totem pole, about the size of a short sword. Now the question is, do you have lore?
I have a couple of lores.
I would also like to say I have lore cult if I could, well, at least derive some of the meaning of the other symbols.
You don't have lore. I'm looking right now. You don't have any. You don't have warp. You don't have chaos, and you don't have religion. So.
Oh, cult doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah, I just got Imperial Creed as a untrained basic. That's it. As far as those sort of things go.
Seikar lore works.
Okay. So we'll walk up to it, look over it. Where's the button again? It's... Oh yeah, the roll number. Any modifiers? Like -10, +10.
Nope, no mod. Straight roll. Hey,
Yep.
God likes you. Okay, there's an undivided symbol of undivided chaos, a symbol of corn, a symbol of Nurgle, a symbol that you're pretty sure is to a god that just was born yesterday, a symbol of Zinch, and on the very, very bottom, there's a horrific to you merging of the Imperial Astronomicon and the symbol for Chaos Undivided.
At this, like most priests, if they see something that they go like, "Oh, damn it," he'll take Sybil will take off his little like sigil thing and just like wave it out like, "Begone, demon! Stay away from me!" Just randomly like take off his relic and they'll like, "Begone! It is evil."
Well, Amber will look over at him and goes like, I take it you're familiar with this particular relic?
No, but I do know those symbols. They're daemons. Blasted, cursed, infernal... Oh, sorry.
At the word demons, Amber tries to make the sign of the Aquila the best he can, considering he only has one hand.
How would you do...
You do it one-handed. You do half the sign with the sign, and then you do the other half.
Flipping the hand around like a little flipper?
Yes.
So, like, I recommend we do not touch that. And slowly back away, Amir. Slowly back away.
Yeah? I'm not one to mess with heresy when I...
Also, thank you, Insane Hippie. Thank you so much, Insane Hippie.
Insane Hippie drops.
Don't
To
worry
drop
about it.
something.
Don't worry about it. I just forgot to do it.
With that done, Amber's gonna head off towards Marcy, and as he gets closer, he'll say, Priestess, do you mind perhaps trying to reconsecrate some of these bodies? I have the feeling that they've been defiled in the eyes of the Emperor.
She is going to interrupt him before he finishes and scream to his face, I am trying to help an injured person here. Do you mind giving me some room?
And he just shrugs and walks over towards the captain.
Ooh, that reminds me, Sybil should also probably be checked out by, well, the medic. I mean, I'm sure his injuries are a little apparent given, you know, no longer has eyes, but still.
There weren't any.
Yeah, he can ask her. But right now, I'm gonna roll Medicaid with the Medicaid pack again to see if I can heal Alexander further. Pete, can I go ahead?
Go ahead.
It's, I think, a plus 20 with the Medicaid kit.
Yes.
Hey.
Nice roll.
Alexander recovers 4 wounds over the course of you managing to correctly set his bone this time. And the injections of various substances, we'll say, that equate to a stem pack.
Excuse me, but my stim packs are of the best quality.
Just because your stem packs are of the best quality doesn't mean that I consider 40k stem packs to be of the best quality.
I know, I'm just joking.
Morphine for everyone. It goes nice and good.
Once she's done, Sybil asks if she can maybe give a look at, well, you know, his gaping wounds where his eyes were.
She's gonna ask him to sit on the wall beside Alexander so that he can get a check on him.
Alexander will attempt to get up.
You can get up. You're fine. You can still move. You're not dead. Yet.
So, anyone else gonna say anything, or can I try by check again on the Syikar? I'll take that as a yes.
I mean, the Seikar has some pretty severe bruising around the neck and some pretty awful. Wow, the dice hate you so much.
It doesn't have to be like 2 degrees of failure before damage is inflicted, or is it 3? At least she doesn't hurt him, I think. She just can't do anything.
From what you can determine, and I'm sad to say this one. Let's see, GM secret roll. Yep. From what you can determine, and I'm sad to say this one, the wounds to the Seikar appear mostly internal, and unless you want to go through surgery, he's just going to have to heal them normally.
I'm just gonna see.
He was, you know, thrown and choked.
I'm just gonna tell him to stay in the back and wait till we can get out and back to the ship when I can give him a proper treatment with some better equipment.
The Seikar's being told to walk off 2 exploded eyes. Okay.
I'm just gonna chide him for that comment because she's gonna go on long lengths about the many internal wounds he has and why should he be careful about that.
So, I have an honest-to-God question. Just
Yes?
because this kind of bugs me a little bit. Is nobody actually gonna look at the bodies?
Oh, at the snakes?
Yeah.
Or
I thought they had already done that.
No! No one has bothered to check the bodies.
Oh, I thought Kuru burned him at the end of the last session.
Did you?
yeah, no, only one of them, and that was the last one because she was so angry that she wanted to make snake kebab.
So there's one incredibly barbecued one over here. And the rest are pretty well intact despite lethal injuries. Even the one that was cut mostly in half, you could literally consider that still mostly intact enough to be useful.
I mean, it's just 2 pieces.
Where is the most intact one?
There's 4 of them.
Right. Where is the most intact one?
I mean, there's one whose head is missing, and there's one who's cut in half. There's another one whose arm is blown off, and there's another one who's just been skewered. So, by definition, whatever you would consider intact.
Try the buddied one.
Yeah, the one cut in half is the most intact then.
Why does it matter which one's the most intact?
Because she's gonna take the most intact one back to the ship.
You're
wants
gonna
to
pick
eat
up a 600-pound creature and carry it back to the ship.
Because she wants to know what the hell they are. Or she could, I don't know, just do it here?
Okay, I really have to ask how you're gonna move a 600-pound creature. Reasonably well.
That is a great question.
I mean, the smaller shaman-like one is probably 300 or 400 pounds, but it's about 600 pounds of large, unadulterated muscle.
Ooh, speaking.
Yeah. No, Chaco, go ahead.
Speaking of the shaman one, Sybil's gonna get, well, close enough to observe the thing, like, but a little bit away, and kind of look over it, see what he can... things about it, symbols, strange artifacts and things. Anything of note. Maybe like if it has a map or something of this place.
There's a book. 3 books, actually.
Are they covered in any kind of symbols that might indicate what they're about? Titles, even.
Hold on. So, one of them has nothing on it. It's just a book cover that upon closer examination, you realize is actually made of snakeskin.
Mm-hmm.
The second one has that symbol on it. And
Okay.
kind of smells a little funky.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one has the title written across it, History of the Imperium on... Notes, what is the name of this planet? Notes, damn it, why do you fail me?
Isn't it like Chardon or something?
Yes. No, History of Chardon 1 pre-Imperium. The complete history.
Ooh. Sybil will kind of take his staff and kind of try to, unless the book is attached in some way, just kind of try to shove the book away, and then use the staff as kind of like a claw, because he's not getting near these demon things if he can avoid it. Just kind of shimmy the thing away. And then call over Amir, because he might want to see this.
Since Marcy's close by, she's gonna just look at the book with the Nurgle symbol, and then look at the Seikar and be like, "Do you want this crispy or burned to ashes?"
Crispy, but let's avoid that for now. Strange symbols often mean bad magic. Very bad magic.
Alright then, kick it over to the side, away from the corpses.
I'm not touching the damn thing.
You have a cane.
Are you literally using the "you have a 10-foot pole" argument? I just want to verify that's what you're using. Okay.
Just because Sybil doesn't trust it, he will hand the staff over to Marcy and is like, "You can do it."
So
Again,
yeah,
I'm not touching it.
She's gonna poke the book with the 10-foot pole until it's far away enough from the others, so she can burn the thing.
It's not a 10-foot pole, it's just like a staff. It's a good, like, walking stick size staff, but...
So you're literally poking the book with a staff that belongs to a Seikar.
I mean, it's just a wooden stick.
I just want to make sure this is what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's psychoreactive, so it shouldn't do anything to her.
I swear this group's logic makes my brain twitch. Do you understand this is the 40k universe?
That's why Sybil stepped away from the priest when she started doing it.
Okay. So go on. Poke the disease-ridden hornet nest, book.
She throws the stick beside her and just uses her flamer to burn it.
The book refuses to burn.
She's gonna slowly scoot away from the book now.
Okay, after watching this go on, Sybil will,
Everyone just watched. I want to point out that in the depths of a dark-ass crypt where you have little to no light,
You think we, at this point, you think we care?
someone just slid a book away from the rest of you, putting it against the wall, and sprayed it with a flamethrower using a Seikar's walking stick, and the book didn't burn.
yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure that's the order of actions that just occurred.
And, now with the, not with the book with the actual title, at least away from the demon, Sybil will show a mirror it and say, "Here, this might be of interest to you."
Sybil, roll knowledge, Seikar.
Yes, okay.
Add 20.
Okay. Scroll down to find... There it is. Wait, what?
Dead natural one.
Wait,
Sybil, I'm gonna give this to you because you rolled the stupid super critical. Demons fade back into the warp when they're dead. They don't leave bodies.
oh. I've warp, so he wouldn't... He only has Syker lore.
You understand full well, however, that when demons die, they go back to where they came from.
Okay, then he's not gonna think things that shippers of demons. But he's gonna present the book to,
You also full well understand that calling something a demon...
Aaron.
Hold on, before you continue. Anything you call it, and when you call something a demon, that is not a word that you fling around lightly.
Oh, well, what he was directly saying is what his thought when I said, like, okay.
In the meantime, what are you doing with the book? With the books now?
Present the one that says history of Cardon to history. saying this might have some value to us, though. And just kind of passes it over to him.
Amber will take it up and he'll inspect it very carefully, make sure that that's rigorous enough it's intact enough to actually survive being carried around, and if he has to carefully preserve it some way and go through the motions of stowing
All the
it.
pages are there, and it's incredibly well preserved.
Oh.
So into the pack it goes along with his other trophy, and he has it nice and secure, and he pats his bag and looks over to Sybil and says, "Wonderful find. I'm sure that we'll be able to get quite a few thrones out of some nice collector for this."
If not the astrotelepathic band of knowledge, I'm sure my brothers would pay a nice sum.
Okay.
He's not touching the blank book, though. He has no idea what's in there.
Yeah, Amber's kind of done with this chamber after Sybil mentioned demons over and over, and anything that the witch thinks is demonic is something he doesn't want to hang around with.
Okay, does anyone else have a...
No, go ahead, Chaco. Sorry for interrupting.
No, I was just saying.
Alright, so, are you guys gonna do anything else in this room?
Yeah, the priest is gonna throw one last gout of fire on the book that is demonic, and then go along with the rest of the group.
The book burps at you.
Okay, now she's scared and she's gonna run to the group.
Like, book is evil.
Did that book... Okay, who burped in the darkness? Alexander will say.
I think you would have... Yeah, I think Alice a book been burping.
Blessed are the ignorant. Amber quotes to Alexander.
Yeah, but ignorance can lead to death. I know that truth personally.
I think we're moving forward if old Jaime wants to move up. And he can take Sybil's, 10-foot pole if he wants, even though it's only a staff.
Well, it's a staff called 10-foot pole.
Is Tom even here, or is he picking up his girlfriend or something?
He's here, he's just typing instead of talking.
Tom.
He's here.
I'm here. Can be leaving.
Oh, okay.
But that's where I've moved up to, so you guys can check that alcove.
Okay.
I'll let you guys check stuff. That way, if there's a trap, you can set it off.
Well, there's a chest bearing an Imperial Aquila in the alcove, surrounded by 2 torches, surrounded by a bunch of skulls, with no writing on it.
Are like the skulls in front of it, or like are the actual skulls, or like the ornate Imperial skull?
It is literally sitting on an altar of skulls, surrounded by skulls, with the walls made of skulls. Did I mention the skulls?
I think
not
we may
really.
be dealing with orcs, Alexander will say, looking at the skulls.
No! This is standard Imperial practice.
I'm gonna say this sounds awfully cornet.
No, everyone, even the Imperium has a skull fetish.
but not on this degree.
Emir, you are good at archaeology and stuff. Can you see if there's maybe a trap around that thing?
Sure, I'll scope out for it. Fee, do you want me to roll awareness to find traps?
If you don't have a pertinent skill for traps, then yes, it is. Then it's a straight awareness check.
Yeah, I don't have like security or anything like that.
Don't have security?
I don't see anything. That's
Looks fine to you. Looks absolutely 100% fine to both of you.
still suspicious because Seikar says, Emir, why don't you go? You're the expert in these things. Letting the noble die.
He just smiles at Sybil and says, "Who dares, wins." And he sets out. He's moving kind of slowly because he doesn't want to disturb the relic, but he is moving up on the chest.
Excuse me, I don't have to leave. But I have to keep an ear open for UPS because my girlfriend's getting a new insulin pump delivered today.
Nothing happens. You walk up to the chest.
Alright, he actually takes a knee in front of the chest, very carefully because of his cybernetic leg, flashes the Aquila, says a short prayer to the Emperor for luck and guidance and forgiveness for what he's about to do, and then he'll look at the chest and try to figure out how to open it.
There's a lid?
Alright, but it's not like locked or anything. Or...
You don't see a discernible lock.
Alright, I take out my blade and I use it to try like work into the lid and pop it open.
There's a handle.
Hey, a second. Alright, so yeah, I reach out and I grab the handle and I'm gonna open it up. Bold and faithful.
Yeah. Discretion is
So,
a better part
a
of
couple
valor.
things happen. One, it's dusty as fuck. Like, if you have an allergy, you're having an allergy attack. Two, there is by far the most hideous sounding scream you've ever heard.
When I hear the scream, my hand goes back to my pistol and I start whipping my head around trying to look to see where it's coming from.
The chest. 3. Inside, you find a curled up, folded skeleton with the skull sitting on top of the skeleton, but between the skeleton itself and the skull is it's what can only be described as a set of ornate robes. There is a dagger that looks like something twisted out of a Lovecraftian horror movie. Matter of fact, let me get the exact picture.
I love we're just piling all the probably evil things on one person.
Don't you, though?
I mean, it's easier to burn up later.
Hmm.
Can I just have a quick question? I rolled a 73 on my heirloom, so which should I go for the carapace armor? Should it be like helm, light carapace, or
No, it's the suit.
the Stormtrooper? Okay.
Yeah.
That dagger
I've seen that before, but where?
And along with it is a book. You always know I love books. Well, this book should immediately tell you something is weird down here.
What's its title?
There is no title.
What's it look like then?
I'm about to show it.
Yep.
It looks like this. Bound in human flesh. With an ornate jade cut like an octopus. And 2 rubies for eyes for the creature at the center of the book.
Wait, oh. I'm so zoomed in, I couldn't see it. It was just outside.
Other than that, it's just some folded up guy's skeleton. Unless you want to make a Medicaid roll.
Would these fall under symbols of the occult?
Yes!
I will do a lore check then.
Since I have archaeologist trained, can I assist him with his occult check by kind of cross-referencing against history I know?
Sure!
Can Alexander say that knife somewhat looks more like a tooth? I tell you, orcs.
See if you're just having like war flashbacks.
Yes. He's pretty sure at any moment snake biters would jump out of the walls and shank him.
But how much of a bonus does Hitomi give me?
Did Hitomi make Hitomi's roll?
Oh, yeah, I was just wondering what you're gonna...
Roll. Zero bonus. As
Barely.
Hitomi blabs off a couple of things that make little to no sense.
Ooh, and Tom, you have that as the rogue trader, you have that ability. You can give us a bonus to any test once around. You want to maybe help us?
Sure, I was waiting for you guys to remember that.
This is basically you try to reassure us. So let's try to figure out how to reassure people trying to identify occult things.
Calm down, boys. Take your time. You can do it.
So I think if I remember that's innocent plus 10. Nope. Sybil looks at it and is like, I've not a clue.
Plus 25 and you wouldn't have made it.
And Sybil's like, I think it's occult things, but nothing I recognize from my studies.
And they're just kind of confident and probably entirely wrong, looks at the dagger and says, well, it's probably a ceremonial knife, and this is probably some sort of ritual sacrifice. And based on the iconography, I'm guessing it's some veneration, some variation of the imperial cult. And eventually, though, he opens up his pack and takes out his glove and puts it on and gets ready to take the knife up as his little trophy and treasure to pawn off later.
Okay. You pick up the knife?
I just look it over, wrap it up carefully, and stow it in my pack.
Pick it up, yes or no?
Yeah.
Make a willpower test.
Alright.
Awesome. You feel an urge that you resist, and you were pretty sure it was an urge to slit someone's throat. Specifically, slit their throat. As the image of someone being forced onto their knees while tied up, them literally shaking with their eyes rolled back in their head goes before you as you see your own hand reaching down and slashing their throat open.
Wild night at Toluca. Amber mutters, remembering something that's eerily similar as he stows the knife.
Out of character note, never have a drink with Amir. It turns weird.
Also, I'm going to turn this a little weird for everyone just for a brief moment. So what you're saying is Century Fox is now Disney, which means the Alien franchise is now Disney, which means Xenomorphs being born from the Xenomorph Queen are now Disney princesses.
That's not the weirdest thing I could have heard.
I want a Disney movie about Alien now. That sounds amazing.
I was but a young alien. I could not find a lover to virually impregnate.
Amber looks over at Sybil and says, "Well, among my crowds, there's not much call for human-bound tomes, but I suppose your witchkin might know something if you want to salvage it." With that, I just walk off back to the captain.
Figuring flesh-bound things are not normally a good thing to touch. Sybil will just simply close the chest, waving his little relic over it like it's some incense bearer.
The priestess is gonna start praying and also waving her boat shell, her holy boat shell, like it's a censer.
She's just coughing, Sybil.
Well, you could probably put a stop on the bottom of it and put incense in the top.
That's actually a good idea.
It would also function as a candle.
So, anything I need to do to put incense on the on and around the chest and period seal?
So you're trying to bless it, basically.
I'm basically trying to.
Will my little relic?
Willpower check.
Will my relic, since it's like the holy thing, give any bonus to hers since she's the actual priest?
Yeah, plus 10.
Aww.
Iron Jesus really wants to fuck me up today.
You're getting a lot of close fails.
Anything happen, or just it looks the same as always?
Nothing happened.
Okay, let's just go on then.
Just tag him and bag him.
Yeah, we tagged and bagged the things that look valuable and not evil. Oh, and Fiaura, how's Big Bird at finding some entrance or exit to this place?
Hasn't found one.
Okay.
Big Bird found a chicken.
Chicken.
Hold on. Hold your horses.
Should we move our characters back somewhere? I just noticed that the two people who are injured are getting really close to the front more than they should be.
And you just saw us both move back. Oh god, our unit formation, look at it.
Well, we're not a military unit. Well, we're not a military unit, we're a bunch of random
The formation, that's the problem.
Explain why the rogue trader's going first.
Because you're the big giant brute who can tank shit.
That's not a
You're
good
big.
enough explanation for most people. You're greeted by a massive door. The door, as you can see, has these 3 little symbols on each side. Each one is different. The door has no latches, no hinges, no seeming means of opening it. What do you do?
Knock on the
Marcy's
door.
gonna take common law Imperium and try to identify some sort of Imperial culture in the symbols.
So you have one person knocking and one person doing a lore check.
Can I do that?
You can make a lore check. Someone can walk up and knock on the door. There's a bunch of things you could do. What do you want to do?
No,
Go ahead, Chaco.
Fiaura, Tom said he did knock on the door, and Kuru wants to make a lore check.
You knock on the door. Go away!
Alexander, what we're saying? We are a division of the Imperium. We are a charity organization. We have bought emperor-loving cookies. Would you like to buy some?
We are the Aquila Scouts.
You can make a fellowship check at -30 because you didn't say that in any form of a convincing manner.
Oh, him yelling we're the Aquila Scouts is not going to work. Oh.
No, just the fact that he basically had all mixed through that.
What about the Aquila Scouts? Sybil yelled.
No.
Sorry, I'm a new member. What my
No! No! Go ahead! But sure, you can make a fellowship check at -30.
He does not convince him that he's a Aquila Scout.
Matter of fact, whoever's on the other end of the door is convinced of the opposite.
What's the opposite of an Aquila Scout?
Sister Scout?
Knocking on the door louder only prompts whoever's on the other side to yell, "Go away!" louder.
Unless you have a door that leads us out of here, we can't. The other door closed.
Fiaura,
Hmm?
is it 1 or 2 doors side by side?
It is 2 doors side by side.
Is there a visible bolt or catch holding the 2 doors together?
No.
Applies man strength to it and sees what happens.
The door opens.
Thank you.
Oh, well, that was a lot simpler than I thought.
I figured if I just made it really stupidly simple, you guys would overcomplicate it for me.
I'm playing an ogre.
All I can think of is simple.
Aquila Master, maybe you should speak to him.
Can I get my hands on the history of the Imperium in the planet book?
Do that as Emir.
Sybil gave it to me, and I kept it for safekeeping.
But since Thomas' shoulder opened the door by shoulder checking it, what's on the other side?
Wow,
There is a guy standing there reading a book. He has what looks like a hat with horns on it,
Oh my god!
holding a staff. He has a beard that goes all the way down to his ankles, and he looks up and there's a single torch standing next to him in the open air. He looks up and goes, "I thought I said go away. I'm busy."
Well, we told you
Locked
we
behind us. We can't get out.
That's the 7th time this century.
maybe you shouldn't have a door that locks from the outside then. You know, most houses, they have doors that lock from the inside or the outside.
It locks from the inside.
Well, it doesn't have a way to unlock it.
That is a good point. I should probably not have a door whose locking mechanism is located several hundred feet from the door.
It tends to. I mean, I'm not that good at renovating, but I mean, we could give you some tips. Just so like problems like this don't happen again. You know, maybe a nice sign that says this place is occupied, because we thought it was empty. We're sorry for barging in if this is your home.
I mean, I share it with the abhuman snake people, but yeah, this is my home. Is that...
Well, you have
About your renters.
Is that Alexa Russ's book? Did you kill Alexa Russ? Damn it, she was hot.
Oh, we're sorry. We just thought, well, they were kind of trying to attack us, and we didn't know what they were. We didn't know that this was their home. They're just, you know, the corpses everywhere, the symbols, you know. Kind of attacking people isn't always the best way to, like, you know, company.
Alright, so... I have 600 more volumes to get through. What is so incredibly important that you have to barge into my house, other than the fact that it's locked?
Well, we thought...
Quiet, Sybil. Sir, with all due respect, pointing at Amir said, told me there...
You cut out there, Tom.
Sybil.
Yes?
Let me explain, talk a minute. But, sir,
Yes.
pointing to Amir, this gentleman told us that there is some relic of great value in this cavern somewhere. We're just looking for it.
He blinks repeatedly. Thinks about it.
We are archaeologists, in a way.
Pulls out what looks like a slab of stone and puts it into the book and closes the book, which you now realize it's a bookmark. Sets it
I
down.
have to remember to use one of those.
He goes to set it down, and a pedestal appears next to him for him to set the book on.
Oh, he's powerful.
Nah. They just installed that before I moved in, so I just kind of use it.
Oh, well, it makes a great party trick, I imagine.
It's hilarious when I have guests who don't immediately shoot me. Why haven't you started shooting at me yet?
We're not exactly the most violent, besides the cat.
Can I interrupt the Seikar?
Sure.
So the person is gonna interrupt the Seikar and is gonna say to the man, "We're not shooting you because you're not shooting us. So we don't see a reason to be violent towards you."
I mean, you did just say you're trying to ransack my house.
To be fair, we didn't know you were living here at the time, or that anything was here at the time.
Yeah, from the outside, this looks just like a normal cave. We're just young humans. We can make mistakes.
Alexander will say, talk about visitors. Have you ever, like, what type of visitors have you had? Have you had any, like, mad, crazy feudal warders show up here before with, like, coconuts?
The priest is gonna slap. The priest is gonna slap the Alexander across the face.
Out of character, you had to make the Monty Python joke, didn't ya?
It was already made!
I know, but you made it worse. Now we're gonna have to figure out if it's like a Terran swallow or a Vestroyan swallow.
Do I run with it, or do I restrain myself?
I'm having trouble.
You might as well.
I mean, I could ask you questions 3, or I could just point in one of 3 directions and say that the switch is in that way, is somewhere over there, and you can just kind of figure out which way to go. Or you could ask for actual directions.
Could we, sir, have actual directions?
He looks at you, looks at the Ogren, looks at the Seikar, looks at the Ogren. Did you give that thing permission to speak, or did you still want it on a leash?
I'm in charge of these idiots.
He reaches into his coat, pulls out a leash, collar, and ball gag, and tosses it to Heidi. Just in case you need it.
God damn it, now both my characters have fucking leashes.
Alexander will mention, though I do know that he is an Ogren, they're normally not that intelligent, he's more intelligent than some human officers have ever been. Much more intelligent.
Out of character, that's not saying much when you consider the level of intelligence of the Imperial Guard.
Right, and I was born yesterday. 20,000 years ago yesterday, but yesterday.
Wait, we can give proof. Ogren, Sir Jaime, count to 10. Most Ogrens can't do that. I mean, show him that you can.
3, 4.
No. I'm fine with your captain person in charge. It's you that creeps me out. You got all that psychic warpy bullshit.
I can't help how I was born.
Doesn't mean you should have a right to breathe my air.
Well, at the moment, we're trying to get out of your air.
Well, since you have manners, he points to his right, which is over here. Go that way, and then when you get to another junction, take a left. You'll come up to a dead end with a door. Behind that door, you will find a switch. Pull the switch to open the door out. Oh, okay. And if you want to clear out Beelzebub, I guess you can clear him out now, since you did kill his wife. Just clean up the bodies. I don't want to have to do that. It's gross.
Alexander would just turn to Marcy and go, file?
No. I don't want charred bodies either. I want them just out of my house.
That can be done, though it might involve some cooking.
When we get out, we have a crew. We can just send like a cleanup detail.
Oh.
Give them a nice sweep.
And don't go all angry Space Marine-y on me. The last one that did that, well, it kind of just pissed me off.
Is she, I was going to say, is she the new
Warning is warning ornament? Yeah, I put that out there.
Ha.
It's really cool though. Like the door seals on intruders and stuff, but only on intruders who actually seem to be hostile. And then like it reanimates her body just enough that she has to suffer again. It's really awesome.
I have one thing. You wish us to get out of here quickly. What can you offer us to keep us away?
Not ending up like the Space Marine.
That is acceptable. At least to me.
Amber leans over and gives Sybil a punch to the arm and says, really quietly but harshly, "Shut up."
He's gonna hit the back of Sybil's head, but unlike Emma, who's discreet about it, she's gonna make it real easy to tell that she's not happy with the things he's saying.
Well, Sybil will just look at Emmer and go proudly say, "I, sir, am a coward. And I know that keeps me alive."
It's gonna keep you alive to not get me angry.
1,000 deaths. The brave die but once.
Ouch.
Well spoken, Captain.
Ouch.
Alexander was then saying, "You also, if you're a coward, that also means your comments may get very angry if they return."
Just he goes back to reading his book, which you now, as you step in, you realize this is a very, very large library with hundreds of books.
Yes, we just move in then.
Sure.
Nope. Is anyone else coming, or is... Sybil, as a respecter of knowledge, is going to look at the library and says, "You have a fine collection, sir."
Marcy's gonna hold him by the arm and say, "Don't take anything out of this guy's place."
I would never steal knowledge from another.
I have no nobles like you. Like I also know my own family. First it's the compliment, and then things go missing.
I, sir, come from a feudal world. We have a sense of honor, unlike most nobility.
He goes back to reading his book.
Yeah,
Which...
but she's gonna keep the Seikar on a short leash, just in case.
She's not putting leash on him. She's not.
No, she's not putting a leash. It's just that she's gonna stay around the Seikar and stop him from doing anything that would anger the guy.
Hey, he has been nothing but respectable.
She doesn't think so.
Which way did he point again, Fiaura? I was not zoomed up all the way or to see which way.
That away.
Okay.
Someone is suggesting that you strap the coward to the front of the ship, Gork and Mork style.
We could pull it off.
I mean, when you're aware of the fact that when you die, your soul's probably going to be eaten and torn apart, you probably would want to avoid death as much as possible.
Imperial
Just saying.
keyhole. 40k Imperial keyholing 101. Tie individual to bow. To ram.
Ramming speed.
Waiting for everyone till I move up.
On the way out, Amber's going to look over to the man who's been in here and he says, "You know, 20,000 years is a long time to go without any of the luxuries in life. You might be able to come to an arrangement after this."
The missionary's gonna scream from the tunnel. Hammer, come on, we're not coming back to pick you up.
He looks at you. Seems to think about it for a minute. Smiles. I have all of the luxuries I need. I don't know what you're talking about.
Knowledge is one of the greatest luxuries.
Alexander just grins.
Amber just shrugs and walks it off. He isn't going to press making a deal, but he was going to if he could.
Okay, did anyone remember what he said the next turn was?
Left.
Is left or are left?
We'll find out the hard way.
If
I
it's-
will wait till everybody catches up to me, and then I will try and open that door.
The door is locked.
Perhaps it was his left then.
Who wishes to try and unlock this?
So I did not bring the explosives for the Imperial Guard unlocking procedure, Alexander would say.
Amy, if you're being an archaeologist, do you have lock-picking things?
Well, I'd usually just hire a local for that sort of skullduggery.
Is that a yes or no?
He looks and he just says, "I haven't really tried it before, but how hard can it be?"
Make a security check.
Oh. See, I actually theoretically can't because it's an advanced skill and I'm not trained in it. Unless you want me to just have me half my intelligence for it or something.
It's half your int.
Damn, that was so close.
And unless Jaime wants to give me like his retroactive +10 from leadership or something.
Sorry, I was checking with the front door.
So, would that actually could he give a retroactive to +10 just to? Either that or we're going back to ask if he has a key.
Do you go back to the room?
And Sybil will start walking that way.
He's gone.
Aww.
As is most of the books in the library.
Oh. That's most unfortunate.
The torch is still there, but he's gone.
Praise the sun.
Alexander was saying, reminder for next time. Whenever we get directions, record it or bring it on notepad.
Well, if we can't open the door, we're either gonna have to push it open or go the other way. Captain, what do you say?
I mean, you didn't crit fail. You can try to unlock it again.
Well, Tom, you want to try to help me out with your wise guidance as I give it another go?
Do it right or I'll punch you.
Wow, that's
That's the motivator.
That's a pretty good motivator.
I'll actually spend a fate point before I roll to give me an additional +10.
I think it might be better just to spend it to reroll. Right, you have a better.
No.
I mean, you're still fiddling with it. It's a stubborn-ass lock. It's the first time you've ever tried to pick a lock, so it's the most stubborn lock you've ever run into. The level of stubbornness is beyond you.
I'm just kidding. After we see magic guy who disappears, I would not go destroying his home.
Good point. That would be extremely rude on our part. I don't know where that thought came from.
Well, with the
left, he abandoned his home.
Well, with the motivation of the captain still behind me and not wanting to get decked, I'm gonna give it another shot, but I'm not spending a fate point again. Jeez. And if Fiaura says I can keep going, I'll keep going.
You can fiddle with it as long as they want to let you.
I just have flashbacks to Fallout and.
So while you're playing with it, it occurs to you that maybe the lock doesn't turn to the right. So you try to turn it to the left, and it clicks open.
There's a moment of silence before Marcy slaps her palm on her face, loudly enough to be heard throughout the corridor.
Well, that's to say if she even saw it. I mean, if he's in front of the door and the Ogren's behind him, you might not have seen it.
I stand
Who
up.
would put a lock in upside down?
Say after you, Lord Captain.
I walk into the room.
Who put a lock inside of?
Don't you guys love having a brave, semi-stupid tank?
Yes.
Okay, you walk in the room.
It's adorable.
It is a vacant stone room. No furniture, no distinct markings, nothing. Just a vacant stone room.
And 2 doors?
2 doors. There's not a torch in here. There's not any source of light. The only light sources are the ones you've brought with you.
I handle it.
Perhaps he meant the other way, because he said we'd only have to make another turn before we found the door that leads outside, unless we're
He lied.
not alright. Oh. Okay.
I don't think he lied, because... And at this point, Marcy remembers that he was seated in front of her.
Okay, so let me make this very clear. Is everyone following the Ogren?
No,
Yes.
Marcy is at the door. Still.
Who else is who else is not going inside?
Alexander.
Okay. Alexander, Marcy, I heart you. The doors behind you guys, as the Ogren approaches the next door, slams closed. There's a distinct click as it locks itself. At which time the room shakes a little bit, and you all hear mechanical grinding above you.
Alexander will look up.
There are spikes sliding out of the ceiling, and the ceiling appears to be getting lower.
Time to move! Time to leave! Quickly! Other way?
Other way.
Out of character right now, imagining Alexander making the Zoidberg noise, even though he would never do that.
The door behind you slammed closed. Alexander and Marcy are fine. It's the people inside the room that are having the problem.
Oh.
Oh.
Alright. I think they got it backwards because you said it like, I love you, Marcy and Alexander.
I love you two.
Yeah.
You two are fine. Everyone else, you're in imminent mortal danger.
Amir, you have a plasma gun pointed towards the door, now.
Open. Let's see if this other door opens, Fiaura.
It does not. You
Try
try
and
it?
force it.
Yeah. Are you just going to make a raw strength check to push it open?
Yes.
Okay. Raw strength check to force it open.
Amir, you have a plasma gun. Blow the fucking door up.
Made my strength by 5.
Door doesn't budge.
Come on, I'm not surprised. What is she telling me now?
Out of character, I'm just imagining
Wait,
someone going, "What is the Surveyor doing? What are both of the Surveyors doing? You're crushing them! You're killing them!"
Oh, Star Wars. But since Amir's just looking around, Sybil will grab his plasma gun out from his, side pocket thing, tell the captain to move, and then...
If you try reaching for my pistol, he's going to backhand you before you get a hold of it.
We are going to die!
Don't go randomly blasting!
4.
Anyways, do you want me to roll awareness or scrutiny, Fiaura?
For what?
Or archaeologist, looking for mechanisms that would be related to the trap inside the room.
Security. Or scrutiny. Your choice.
Hey Tom, feel like giving me some inspiration?
We're all gonna die if you don't find a way out!
Alright, I'll take that plus 10.
I'll do as well. Whew. Sybil sees all.
The doors are locked. There is no discernible way immediately relevant to you that appears to be a way out. Except for there may be a piece of wall that looks slightly unsmooth compared to the rest of the wall.
Where's that wall?
You're standing next to it.
Oh. Captain, here, this might be a secret wall if you can push it open.
Captain will lumber over and...
We're dying. I do a little bit more than lumbering.
3.
Alright, I bash Sybil out of the way and push the rough spot.
Alright. I'm not sorry for this, but I'm sorry for this. If you can understand my meaning.
If we all die, great.
Sybil is just grabbing his relic and praying at this moment.
The wall is pushed aside. The ceiling stops coming down where it is. It does not go back up. As the wall opens,
Hey, look, it's Play Toys.
2 really big Emperor Scorpions appear behind the wall.
Oh, those
Wait,
are rat
shouldn't-
scorpions.
Tom, shouldn't you move your character over here since he pushed the thing in?
Who's in front, anyways? That's you, right?
Yeah. Or, yeah, you pushed me
Because I bashed you.
out of the way,
over
so I'd be
like that.
here. Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
this door opens back up.
Sup? Hi, guys. I
We
hear
have a bug
scorpions
problem.
taste like lobster.
Okay, then.
Roll, roll for combat, I guess.
Yes, however, I have to figure out how to get the initiative thing.
The clock button on the sidebar.
Thank you. They're just as surprised to see you!
We've been trapped in here for 20,000 years. Or who the fuck are you?
Darkest dungeon flashbacks when your team ends up surprised, and somehow the ambush is also somehow surprised.
Quick as an ogre. You know, those things are probably hungry.
Kuru, Ying, we need you to roll.
Okay, I will avail.
How do I add my... Oh, okay. Let's say, how do I get my initiative over there?
Guru? Yin Yang?
I hate to ask this once again, but how initiative? So
1d10 plus agility bonus.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I wasn't sure if there was a button I pressed.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. don't think it's going to matter. I might have. Oh, I'm 1d10 plus 4. I'm 7.
Okay.
I know, when it's your 7, it's like, so.
Slash, yeah. /R space 1d10 plus 3.
Forward or backward slash?
Backslash?
Sure,
R,
there.
Yeah, backslash.
Space.
Cover.
Koo, I think, went off, like she had to do something quickly.
Runs off during life-threatening event.
Wait, she's back. She's back.
She's back. Kuro, you need to make a
Initiative 1.
test for combat. Oh.
She was looking at the scorpions going, oh my god.
Alexander, what are you doing?
Huh. Can I see the scorpions? I'm guessing that's a no.
You see, you could see the claws of one of them.
Yeah. Oh God, wait, I forgot he's still fatigued.
He is.
I
see
will.
the claws reaching for your captain.
This is my job. I will step within. Okay, where's my movement?
Your movement is your agility bonus.
Yeah, but I'm also fatigued minus.
So, what's your fatigue?
3.
What's your agility bonus?
3.
Your movement is 1.
So you can 1 is a half action, 2 is a full.
No. His movement is 1. He can't do a full move action.
Yeah, so I take 1 step forward, and then I go, fucking wounds and blood. I think that's the end of my turn. As I don't think I can move anymore. Or shoot anything. The thing with that moving forward one was the full action.
You can see him.
I will attempt to shoot with the bolt pistol.
You should be able to see both.
Okay. You're at minus 30 because you're fatigued, and you haven't taken the opportunity to rest. That is a critical fail.
Oh, God.
Make a check for...
I think it just explodes at that point.
Yeah, but he needs to roll a d10 to determine what happens. Roll a d10. This is not going well.
Did RNG got to be merciful?
They are not. You raise your bolter, take aim, and it explodes in your hand. Deal your bolter's damage to your own arm minus your... without it using any armor-piercing quality.
Okay. Oh, God, that means I will have to roll for damage. Okay, time to see what the damage is. Oh, God, I think Does this thing have vending? Please tell me it doesn't have vending.
It's a bolter, so it does.
It does.
If I live this, I might need a new bionic hand. Things will get very cold.
No, it's just 14. Your armor and toughness apply.
Do you have flak armor? That might save your ass.
Carapace. Damn the option
Yeah.
for good old flak.
Damn.
So what does that put you at? Unless, of course, you want to...
Oh, I'm at -2 again.
Oh, just -2?
Yes. I think after this, Alexander probably... Is there still a hand, or is it just a stump, or just a mangled mess of bone and marrow?
Oh, I'm not done. We're getting to that. Promise. You know, there's this little sick, twisted, demented part of me that loves it when you guys manage to kill yourselves.
It's more the dice killing us.
I hope I don't die. I don't mind losing a limb. Limb equals bionics, and bionics are cool, but death is not.
Okay, the fact that you said the bionics are cool, I'm looking dead at you right now and going, no, they really aren't. From a roleplay perspective, bionics suck.
Unless you're like a tech priest. Then it's like
Do you
boner
understand
inducing.
phantom limb syndrome? Do you understand how much bionics itch?
That I forgot about that point.
Do you understand
know
that
what
every
is
time that
not have a limb?
every time that you look at your hand from now on, you will be reminded of how you lost it?
Ying, I am literally looking at you with contempt. You don't really know what it is to lose a limb, do you?
Well, I've come close to losing limbs in my life, but luckily I've never lost a limb.
Which is why I'd rather have my character lose her life than lose a limb.
I am very sorry to any I have offended. I was thinking it from that perspective. I am sorry.
In the meantime, you didn't lose a limb. You just took 2 more levels of fatigue and your arm is fractured.
I am unconscious.
Also,
Alexander.
since you rolled an 8, the weapon in your hand is damaged. Until it is repaired, it cannot be used again, and once repaired, it will permanently degrade 1 level of quality.
Scheiße.
Unless a master repairs it.
But yeah, Alexander probably shot, explosion hit, looks at him weakly, and probably said, "Fucking orcs," and will probably drop to the ground like a sack of potatoes.
That sounds about right. Sybil, you're up.
Sybil, seeing the scorpions, will he still has his gun pulled out from last thing, so he'll just take aim, start praying, and fire at the one that's in front of him.
Okay. Yeah. You hit with 3 extra points of damage.
Yeah. I don't know why, as soon as I rolled, I closed down my thing. It probably should be best to keep it open so I could roll damage. So I'll just add the 3 onto the damage thing and then roll it, then change it back.
Okay. The laser slams into it and burns a hole through the hardened carapace. You dealt damage.
Yay. Yeah, that's the one directly in front of him and Jaime.
Yes. Amir!
Well, Amir is going to tactically move to take cover behind Jaime and raises his pistol and take a shot at the roach that just got, or the scorpion that just got drilled. Dang.
He rolled a 1.
And my damage.
Shouldn't you have the +6?
No, I didn't add +6 or anything. So.
And so that's 16. I mean, that is 16, not +16. It is.
16 pen 2.
I'm confused. That's 6... Oh, okay. You've got 6 degrees of success. Wow. But then you rolled a crappy damage roll. Got it. Were you shooting the same one or the other one?
Same one.
Same.
Okay! That eats right through a good chunk of its carapace, exposing most of its innards, and it's still alive, but it ain't happy.
That's it for me.
Well, yes, like Sybil created the hole, and then Amir just shot through the same hole.
And on Jaime's turn, I'll use my own exceptional leader trait to give him a +10 to whatever one roll he decides to use on his turn.
Thank you.
Okay, well, it's Jaime's turn.
Y'all watch this. Takes
That's
a
not
large
true.
step to the right, or left, I should say. My right is its left. So that they'll both want to attack me, and I slash down at the damaged one with my power sword.
Okay, then.
Yeah, plus another +10 because your sword's best quality, so +20.
Yeah.
Just barely missed.
It pulls its claw back out of the way just before you would have probably lopped it right off.
That's what I get for trying to be fancy.
So the one that hasn't been hurt yet is going to lash at you with its stinger. Very upset.
Why is it upset? It wasn't hurt. Beat the shit out of him.
Buddy's upset.
And miss horribly. In spite of having the +10 to hit because of your size. The other one is going to try the same thing, and god damn it. Really? Really? I mean, this is all these things do, is run up and, like, eat people. 51? That's the yeah.
Well, I mean, if they've been locked in here for God knows how long, I mean, they're just out of practice.
Probably.
That's how we
Yeah.
justify Roll20 being stupid.
I had a 68% chance to hit and missed.
Marcy! Bottom of the round, you're up.
Well, seeing as Alexander cannot keep himself from being injured, I'm gonna use my Medicaid with the Medicaid kit to see if she can stabilize him.
Oh, he's stable. He's just unconscious.
Yes, she's gonna do what she can to make him less in pain.
There's a slightly bigger issue at the moment.
You guys can handle it.
Are you injecting him with a stim pack?
Yes.
Awesome. Roll a d10.
Please no heart attack. Please no heart attack.
Cool. Yin Yang Lord, for the next hour, you temporarily can have 7 additional fatigue points.
I'm just imagining injection, then something Alexander Polly jumps in against. Okay, where's the orcs? Who's they to time to kill who?
As you were shot up on adrenaline and given the biggest hard-on you've ever had. What? It's adrenaline. That's literally what it does.
Yeah, I know, it's just... Only you would mention that.
Your turn, Alexander. You're awake.
Time to kill things. Oh wait, I don't have it.
Mercy's gonna slowly sit in a corner and regret every decision that led to this moment.
Step 1. Joining the priesthood.
Can you please repeat that, Ku? My speaker started making weird stepping noises and blocked that out completely.
Marcy's gonna sit in a corner and regret every decision that led her to this point.
I mean, that is a valid option. Not the option I would take, but a valid option nonetheless.
Yeah, this is just RP. She's gonna shoot in the next round, so whatever.
It's your turn, Alexander.
The thing is, I'm not sure what to do because if I go in and charge, I will get murdered. But I would be a coward if because I'm nothing at range anymore. I doubt throwing a stone at them would help.
You could try.
I mean, you could technically try. I don't think that will help, but you could try.
You want a suggestion?
I mean, who knows? You could get like exploding criticals and somehow like it become the rock of smiting.
Well, instead of like charging in there, screaming out, cry, and waving your sword around, just like be a sneaky fucker and kind of like slink in from the roach's blind side and stab it in the tail or something while it's busy. I mean, just try not to draw attention to yourself.
But the thing is, if I get close and I'll probably get one shank due to normal sword, and then I would turn around and go, hello there, and I would become a new painting on a wall
5
somewhere.
seconds until detonation.
It
Merry
happens.
Christmas. Now
You don't know,
plug
it's an
your
animal.
ears.
It could just target lock on what's in front of it.
I had some words that I was going to use that I can't seem to find now.
Thank you, Miss Priss.
Miss Priss,
Oh, Miss Priss got to...
You're broken free once more. Congrats.
How big is it? Should we take off the headphones before Fiaura screams?
You should take off the headphones.
You're lucky.
Yeah, already off my head.
I have speakers I cannot control the volume.
Disconnecting the headphone in 3, 2, 1. connected.
Is she done yet?
Yes, I think she is.
I'm done.
Okay, because you were squealing for a while there. Thank you, Miss Priss. All the love as always.
I'm just imagining that scream just had just enough noise to somehow propel me backwards, but I know it's just my floor slanted. But yes, I did start going backwards in my rolling chair to the other side of the room.
She's not that powerful yet.
I could become that powerful.
Oh god, she's becoming a Sith Lord, just like I said. But
in the meantime, I have to put up a poster and then resume combat as Yin Yang Lord figures out what Yin Yang Lord wants to do, because I wasn't paying attention due to Miss Priss decided to take that opportunity to freak me out.
Is there anything I can do that is not combat, like without me getting up close to them?
You can throw a rock.
You get up close and the captain will get mad.
So I must get close or die. But I have a question. With Stim, do I still take the negative to my
Rogue Trader. Say hello to Captain Silencio from the movie on a photograph piece. This is actual, like, Polaroid photograph paper. It's kind of cool.
As soon as it pops up, I'll appreciate it.
I have an idea, and yes, it involves rocks.
That's kind of cool. It's a bird person from something.
Okay, now I need to put on ears. And what are you doing, Yin Yang Lord, while I work on the straw poll thingy?
Apparently he has an idea.
What is your idea?
Is the mechanisms that control the door are all partly visible? I know the door's open. I'm not being that much of a blivet. I know the door's open.
It's a door. You push on it, you close it, you push on it, you close it.
So I do have the ability to like close it with speed if need be.
Yes.
You're gonna close the door on us.
I will pick up. I'm guessing there's a pebble or something on the ground.
Yes.
I will pick up a rock, look at this girl and go, "You're the shittest, weakest orcs I've ever fucking seen," and just start pelting them, if I can, with multiple. Just pelting them with stones, try and draw their attention.
He's throwing rocks at it.
You said I was giving you suicidal suggestions.
Make an intimidate check? Holy shit, you actually have intimidate.
Wait, do I take the minus 30 to that roll due to minus 50 due to I self fatigue points, or are they ignored?
Your fatigue is temporarily ignored, and you have 7 additional levels of fatigue before you pass back out for 1 hour.
Alright, got it. Just making sure.
You still failed. All you did was annoy it. For a good show. Good show.
But it just wasn't enough, just barely. The tank who almost could.
The tank who almost could.
Is that all you do? Because it sounds like only a half action.
Alexander will take a half action to approach.
Okay.
You can move more than one now. You have your...
Warning!
move
Warning!
about
Stream tip
3
overload.
using half
All
action.
hands, prepare for exploded broken Fiaura in 5,
Okay, Sybil will point at
3,
the one that is severely
2,
injured.
1.
Continue
Detonation imminent.
praying. Probably quoting something from the Fede Imperialis. And shoot.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Yeah.
Initiating
go
user
ahead.
protection protocol.
Words are hard.
I'm imagining that doesn't do anything.
It does 1. It's at -1. Get.
Cutting it out.
No, I'm not cutting out. Brain.exe is not working.
Your brain's trying and you're cutting out, or you're going static.
Oh.
Mine, oh, is. Yeah.
Actually, is he static or am I static?
Choco sounded a little robotic there for a bit.
Yeah, Chaco, you're the one going full robot on us because I can hear her tell me fine.
Oh, yeah, okay. I just checked my thing. It was... Man. So if I have to ask what once or twice, like I'm fucking Little John.
Words are... What is the energy critical for the... God damn it, can we stop shooting people in the leg?
Never.
It has so many of them, too.
Well, you gave a severe burn to two of its forelegs, and it takes a level of fatigue.
Yay.
Your turn, Ember. He is totally Mr. Roboto right now.
Alright, Amber's gonna raise his pistol, sight down it really well at the very badly injured Scorpion, and fire off a semi-auto burst into it.
Holy shit.
And that's 3 hits.
Holy shit.
And the Emperor said, "It was no more. Make it away from my sight."
Is that 18 points of damage with 1 shot? Or am I reading that wrong and that's actually...
3 different shots.
Okay.
It'd be 19 points with the second shot, but yeah.
Should we roll Emperor's Fury, or are we just gonna say it's dead, Jim?
Well, I didn't Retro's Fury because that 10 was on the non-existent tearing roll.
Oh, I thought it still counted with tearing rolls.
Energy weapon?
Yep. Las pistol.
To the head?
Did you just buddy the scorpion?
The superheated attack strikes it in the head, tearing its skull apart and causing its brain and, get this one, eyeballs to explode in flaming chunks of meat, showering everyone nearby.
Dinner is served.
The target randomly runs 2d10 meters in a direction and slams down before expiring as it slowly burns to a crisp.
Damn orc sissies.
God damn it, we killed Buddy twice now.
Well, I'd say that you killed Buddy.
You buddied the scorpion. Congrats.
And before my turn's over, I'll use my free action to give Jaime another exceptional leader plus 10.
Tom, yeah, that guy. It's turn. And I'm gonna do something for Tom just because Tom will appreciate this. I'm gonna put up Tweak and Craig.
Wait, what just happened? Why is the tip not 225?
Oh, shit.
Why is what, 125?
No, he's asking why the tip is now 225. Like, who dropped another bomb?
Tom decided to
I fired a second salvo at her.
Tom decided that since Miss Priss was slapping my left boob, he'd slap my right boob and see if it made me moan harder. So Tom gets tweaking Craig.
Hug Tom. Everyone give Tom a hug if you can, or boob hug, or whatever, lewds.
Thank you very much.
Fiaura, and if you were going to try and ask me really, I just spent over $4 grand getting my girlfriend Florian and the foster daughter. So, yeah, I can give you $100.
Okay. RPG Schnick V Gabrielite Angliski Yazik Pajolsta. Excuse me, Pajolsta V Gabrielite Angliski Yazik. Meantime,
Eat me, you uncultured barbarian.
Okay. It's your turn, Tom.
Yeah, it's your turn, Tom.
Runs his tongue across his mouth, taking a piece of charred scorpion into his mouth to enjoy. And then I slash down at the still living one.
Before we move on, and I let you do that, I'm gonna unban that guy because Kuru was just a jerk.
Janet, you mean?
No, Kuru was a jerk. I kind of would have reacted in the same manner if someone had yelled at me, quote unquote, English only, bud, no exceptions.
But Kuru didn't ban him, Janet did.
I know. I mean, Janet was right to ban him, but at the same time, I would have just timed him out. Because Kuru was just...
Oh, she hadn't been antagonizing him? Oh.
He was antagonized, Bronze. He was antagonized. He hadn't earned the ban hammer yet. Remember, it's always time out, then ban. Not just immediately slam the face down unless I actually tell you just to start slamming face. In the meantime, power sword to giant archotech scorpion.
Could I have missed any more?
You might want to fate point that, because that was a critical.
That is a critical miss.
Then I will fate point it, since I have... How many? 3 currently. No, I have 2 current.
Alright, reroll.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Tom, I have to ask. Can you get non-bipolar dice?
I think that's more Roll20's problem with being bipolar. It's either like, you succeed by perfection, or you will die.
Okay, throw damage.
And
Plus
now
5.
finish miserably.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh.
Is that a crit hit? Crit?
Yeah, that's a crit.
Throw straight weapon skill.
Wait, does that even include your strength? Because as power swords are 1d10 plus 5, so plus 5 the extra hit. So what's your strength to it too?
That's included. It's the floor.
Yeah.
This is getting obscene.
Throw a d10.
Although that's kind of obscene.
I was just like, you know what? Fuck you, Scorpion. You don't... Critical existence fail. Holy shit, you rolled another 10. Can we just keep...
Thine Emperor wished for something to be no more, and he shined his golden pecs at that enemy.
Roll chart 20 either loves or hates me.
Through the captain.
Fiaura, can we just see how far this goes with exploding criticals?
Yeah,
and the scorpion
he keeps going. He rolls his weapon skill again.
Weapon skill again? Okay.
Yeah, roll it again.
Yeah,
At minus
I'm
10.
just
Okay, you don't get it a second time. That's fine.
I think that's enough.
Yeah, 30 points of damage. It might just be enough.
Roll me a d2.
A D2?
Mm-hmm. Two. Okay, that means I go with the rending critical. And you rolled a 10. Flip it. That's an ought 1, so you hit it in the head.
Oh God.
So
not to be outdone.
Bloody mess pork activated.
You bring down the sword as hard as possible as it jukes right and it should have jagged left. Which results in it being decapitated from the claws forward. As the power sword slices right through the carapace and all the way into its body till you meet the floor. At which time everyone gets sprayed in the wet, quote, spooge of the innards of the insect as its heart continues to beat a few more times while a yellowish viscous fluid is rapidly pumped out into the room. The corpse drops in a heap.
Is it bad that I'm imagining the Scorpion's last moment, more or less blood coming out of everywhere, even if it's not an orifice, just going anime blood everywhere?
Well, Kuru, this room was designed that if you guys detected the trap, it should be simple to take care of. And if you didn't detect the trap and one of you walked off into the room by yourself, then it would probably kill you. But if there's more than one of the whole party's here, this should be no issue. The scorpions are dead.
The old RPG adage, never split the party, which I learned very unfortunately thanks to Hitomi.
Well then, that was eventful. What are you guys doing now?
Do the other doors look like they've unlocked?
No. And the roof is still about halfway further down than it was, so there's only like 1.5 foot of headroom for the ogre before a meaty metal spike might find his skull.
But they stopped, right?
It is stopped.
Just to clarify, Fiaura, you said archotech scorpions? Are they like mechanical constructs, or?
Are you gonna take any time to examine the bodies?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna take time to examine the bodies. Got loot.
There's nothing on the bodies, but upon further examination, the yellow viscous fluid is hydraulic fluid. While the outside of them appears to be entirely made of actual carapace, the inside is entirely biomechanical.
Amber's gonna bend over the head that Jaime so thankfully harvested and wrap it up and add it to his growing loot collection.
Please note the head is bigger than your backpack.
Can I like tie it off to the outside of my backpack with no problems?
Sure.
Alright, I'll do that.
It doesn't look weird or creepy to anybody, right?
Yeah, just that the cat girl is gonna use her flamer to burn whatever's left of the constructs before they try to pull a zombie on her and wake up to attack again.
Neither of them have their heads. I don't think we have to worry about that.
Their heads are firmly buddied from their body.
Plus, we need to conserve fire. God, you're terrible for Fiaura. Avarna, if you're watching this, we love. Avarna, if you're watching this, we love you.
I am not gonna retract my action. She's still gonna burn the corpses.
Okay. You burn the corpses. They actually catch fire because there's significant amounts of oil in there, and anything that could have been recovered from them is proceeded to be incinerated.
Well, with the looting done, Amber's gonna go and inspect the door that Jaime was beaten on earlier and see if it's got any obvious way to open it up or at least fully disarm the trap.
Make a security check.
Oh, security. I need to earn this as an elite advance after this session as much as I've had to roll it.
I think the Arms Master gets it, but we don't have one at the moment. Where's that Void Master? Keep rolling.
You don't see any obvious way to open this except for, picking the mechanical lock.
Alright, remember, left, not right.
Gains plus 10.
It worked so well last time, so I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Gonna try it to the left this time.
I'll fate point that.
He went from almost breaking it to just barely not breaking it.
So on the second roll, you jammed the lock.
No, he fate pointed it, so the...
On the second roll, you failed by more than 30, you jammed the lock.
Oh, I thought it was only critical.
You failed its threshold by more than 3 degrees. You have jammed the lock permanently. You've actually destroyed the mechanism for unbolting the door.
Hammer just gets up and...
How the fuck you destroyed a titanium steel lock using a hairpin and a screwdriver, I will never understand, but that lock is never opening ever again.
Well, he doesn't need to destroy it, he just needs to put the screw on somewhere else.
Since I have a moment of liberty, Sybil will check in with the big bird, see as if he's found anything.
Nope. Big Bird has literally searched the mountain up and down and comes back to you and goes, "Quit asking. I can't find a way in." You know, there's this thing called Hidden Dungeon Temple. Generally speaking, if you want to keep it hidden, there's one way in and out. And you dummies sealed it.
Well, the weird man we met in here said there's another way.
And that's the point where the cat crow points out that the man was looking through them, so the left was the other way.
Sybil pointed that out.
Yeah, but the cat girl is doing that, but in anger.
Oh. But, I mean, with the thing he said, that was to Big Bird. You wouldn't have been able to hear it.
So, what are you guys doing now that is somebody just going to go over and force the door?
I will try and finish forcing the door.
Captain, I do not wish to disagree, but...
He takes off and gives it a good shoulder block.
Roll strength.
Any pluses? Didn't think so.
Negative 20. Your shoulder hurts.
I'm not surprised. It's a rock door.
You can keep trying.
God, would I miss it any worse?
Technically, yes.
I'll keep just
Actually,
pushing.
no. No, you can't miss it by much worse. You actually inflicted a wound to yourself. That is a critical fail.
I said he technically could there, or technically just a little bit, but not much.
I did not expect Road Trader to become a dungeon crawl, but you guys wanted to do a dungeon crawl.
Up.
Who said anything about doing a dungeon crawl? We thought this was your idea.
No, it was all Hitomi's idea.
Oh yeah.
Or Hetty's.
It was all Hitomi and Hetty's idea. I just ran with it and built it. You can tell from my horrible, horrible drawing skills how badly I drew this map.
Better than any map I do.
Oh, I thought you just found this on the internet somewhere.
Nope, I drew this.
Fee, teach me your skills.
It's called the line tool.
I'm just gonna point out that this is why I don't trust Hitomi with anything.
Hitomi, are
Well,
you gonna
I
try
will
the...
keep...
Yeah, I'm gonna try the other door.
And Tom, are you gonna are you gonna try bashing the door down again?
Yep.
Okay.
Minus 20, you said?
Mm-hmm. Holy fuck. You take the stone door off. You hear a crack, and then a splinter, and then a as you see cracks form all across the door, in a spider web-like pattern until it reaches the door frame, and then the door just collapses into a heap of stone.
Anybody for gravel?
Nice shot, Captain.
Let's... And... Come on, move. That was this door. Come on, hang. Where am I? I was by this door. Thank you, yes. I broke it. Gunther would have used his head, though.
Gunther might have ate it, too.
I think that his head was harder than the door.
No, I think he might have, like, ate the gravel afterwards.
I've seen many things. I have seen orcs having lifting contests, attempting to ensure lift heavy vehicles, yet I have never seen an orc with their head dash through a heavy metal stone door.
She's gonna slap Alexander on the back of the head and say, "That's our captain, idiot."
That was a compliment. Shake head.
Okay, roll 20. I wanted... Oh, hold on. I have to do here. Layer. Map layer. Layer. Map layer. Ha! I win.
Nope, not all of it. Nope. There we go.
There we go. I win.
Looks like Mori busted down the entire doorway, not just the door.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, the door frame's damaged. Everything looks horrible. It's in pretty awful shape.
Should we continue or should we attempt to go the other way?
And this is the room that draws you to a pause.
Uh-oh.
Along the entirety of the wall, in High Gothic, is written the story of a champion.
I'm gonna roll my High Gothic just see if I can understand what he's saying.
You don't have to roll if you have it, unless it's like some really complex thing.
Oh, it's really fucking complicated, and it's 5,000 years old.
So, can
Somebody
I roll?
take pictures.
Sure, go ahead.
Any modifiers?
No.
So it's not a text we can just read if we have High Gothic.
Kuramachi, you're having difficulty every once in a while with a word or two, but you're able to make out most of it. But this is a really long story. Like, the entire wall is covered in...
Okay, so...
is covered in
Go ahead,
10-point font text. Are you...
So, can I... sorry, go ahead.
So the question is, are you going to sit here and decipher it over the course of the next 2.5 hours? Because that's about how long it's going to take you with a roll like that to figure it out, all out.
As I suggest,
Well,
make pictures of it, or video.
Let me declare first. Well, she's gonna take a pic of it and store it for later analysis. And then she's gonna say to the captain that she wants some time alone on her quarters later to study it.
So I have a question. What are you taking a picture of it with?
We have to have a pick recorder.
That'll
With
do.
a pencil and a notebook?
You have a Calixian Infantryman's transcribing primer, or whatever it's called.
She has a really big book hanging off her side.
So everyone, I have good news. Geen is no longer a temp. Geen just signed papers for health insurance and to convert to full-time with an increase in salary starting on the 18th of December.
Yay!
Yay!
In the meantime, sure, you can take several photographs of it. Who's taking the photographs? Because that's an archaeology role to take accurate photographs.
Hammer, your time to shine.
Oh, what I was trying to remember was the Clixian Infantryman Portable Communications Transcription Device, aka the pen.
Any modifiers to the roll, or?
Amir, your time to
You're
shine.
at -10 because of the dim light in the room, unless somebody wants to physically, unless you want to, butts around with it for an extended period of time to get the lighting just right.
I have a handle. I don't shine.
Amir's time shade. All your training, all your work as a ecologist, bordering, all your work has come down to this one moment.
Okay, well, while you guys are taking care of this, the adrenaline wears off on Alexander and he hits the floor.
Oh no, the hooks are coming for me again. Sack of potatoes.
We have Hetty's character who was locked in with us. Carry him and keep, drag him along.
You didn't have to put the -9. We gave you light.
Yeah, they gave you light
Alright.
sources and they took the time, and you took the time to do it correctly instead of trying to do it quickly, which is why Alexander's on the floor.
Can I roll Medicaid to actually treat his wounds this time?
The photograph automatically labels itself in your filing index as 5,000-year-old mystery that you may never solve.
Okay.
What happens when Sybil brings out his little relic? Because before tech started glowing.
Hallelujah! 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 That's how much it's glowing.
So, wait, like all the text just lights up?
Yes.
Sybil, if it's actually doing the
relic
holiday.
to the text.
Sure, her kind of gently tap. See if anything happens. Dare is such a strong word. I'm merely curious. For I know not what I do, except touch shiny thing to other shiny thing.
Are you a god?
Can you feel, what did you actually say? Are you a what?
Are you a
Out of
god?
character.
No, he's not.
Merely a servant of one.
Okay, out of character. You disobeyed a rule. When someone asks if you're a god...
Well, she always said she already spit it out that I'm not, so it's a little late. And I figure if she's already gonna say no, he's not, then you might as well say a servant, as if might having it protection from that one. 'Cause, I mean, he's technically bound to the Emperor, soul bound.
Witches.
Hey, all astropaths are soul bound to the Emperor. His light shines in us.
That he's right.
So Sybil will just say, just wait for the voice to reply.
There's a prolonged silence, and then just a heavy-hearted sigh.
Are I've got things to do, and people to torture, and souls to eat.
We were kind of looking for the exit. The other person, there was the kind of guy with the weird curly hat, was saying there's really only
Tim.
Well, when the front door locks.
Yeah.
Tim, nice name.
Tim's cool. Alright, so you want to get out of my temple. Got it. Well,
Preferably alive. I should make that clear.
Conditions. I didn't agree to conditions. Normally I'd just sit here and read the story, but since you've been insistent and asked dumb questions and touched a fucking relic of the goddamn Emperor to my tapestry, I guess I'll talk back.
I mean, it was glowing. Glowing things to glowing things normally, like...
Yeah, the crazy Seikar has a point. Normally when you have a glowing thing and another glowing thing, you generally put them together. Isn't that what you do with treasuries?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it is.
I mean, if you want to tell us your story, if you liked saying it, we can listen.
No, it's
I don't want to ruin your parade. It's your job. I'm sure you take respect in it.
It's fine. I mean, Dad always was an asshole anyway.
Oh, trust me, fathers can be horrifying. When my father found out I was a Syikar, he was like, "Oh no, you need to throw him into the black ships."
Your father's not the emperor of mankind who ordered your destruction.
Yeah, I can't relate on that. My apologies, though. You have my condolences.
The voice goes quiet, and 4 of the runes light up.
Just like near me, like 4 of them.
No, all in the room.
Oh, I thought you said 4.
In High Gothic, they actually are the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about it.
So we'll just kind of look over them.
They're just the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, does anything else happen then?
I don't know.
Sybil.
Are you looking at them? Are you touching them? What are you doing?
Why don't you touch 1, 2, 3, 4 with the rune or with your relic?
Okay, he'll take a moment, look at the voice, and ask for. I guess he can't look up at the random voice, but he'll kind of call out, like, "Am I supposed to press these ones? I just want to make this clear without offending you again."
No answer.
Okay, so he'll just kind of touch the one.
With your holy anal bead.
You touch the one?
Yes.
Take 10 electrical damage. As a jolt of lightning shoots out of it, and it flashes red for a moment.
Wait, so like shock?
Yeah.
Just normal shock rule applies, because... Okay,
Take 10 points of damage that's based on electricity.
Does he get his
so
toughness?
does toughness count?
Yes.
You're not dead.
Metal armor does not, so if you're wearing metal armor, it doesn't count.
I'm wearing flak.
Oh, good, you get your flak armor.
Okay, so I can take 7 off?
Sure.
It's 11. I'm at minus. Okay, it's 4 wounds. I have 2. I'm at minus 2 again. He kind of pulls his hand back and like, ouch, like the Jackie Chan, like, ow, ow, ow.
Okay.
Are the runes still lit up?
Yep. Runes are still lit up gold. Though the one he touched lit up red for a second when he touched it. And he touched the number 1.
Okay. Since he took damage from it, I guess I will touch number 4. And I'm wearing carapace. If it matters.
I think it's only really gonna matter if you have like knight's armor.
You get hit with an electrical jolt that does 6 wounds unless you're wearing your toughness applies.
I take a wound.
It flashes red for a second.
Wait, really? Through all your toughness and armor, you still take a wound from that?
He's wearing metal armor, so it doesn't provide him with armor.
Did you touch number 2 or number 4?
1 and 4.
Screw it. Right. I can take this at best. I will touch number 3.
Touch number 3?
It lights up green. Nothing else happens.
Touch number 2, I guess. You want to, big guy?
Sybil, may I borrow your staff for a minute or two?
The priest has it.
Then, Kuromachi, may I borrow that staff for a moment?
Marcy hands over the 10-foot pole.
Since wood is non-conductive, this isn't metal, is it?
No, it's wood.
I tap number 2.
It lights up green.
I hit number 4.
The wood catches fire.
I put it out.
So 3, 2.
For all intents and purposes, the staff is now in poor condition.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. I can get enough.
All of the lights go back to being yellow.
Okay, so it's clearly no, it's 3, 2, 1, 4. No, when you touched 4, it caught on fire.
It's 3, 2, 1, 4. You're right.
Yeah. So with the staff, we pop in that order, I guess.
The 2 doors at the end of the hall open. One of them reveals a room full of armor and weapons, but they are not what you would consider armor or weapons that would be by any stretch of the imagination conventional.
Xenos and things.
No, they're human. They're just really primitive.
Plate armor.
No, not plate armor primitive.
Feral.
More like it's armor sized for a space marine. But that shit ain't environmentally sealed at all.
Thunder Warrior.
Can I roll Scholastic Lore Imperium to see if I recognize the pattern of armor?
Sure.
Might as well. I think we all have Imperial lore. Nope.
Well, as long as they're not animated, we're fine.
Well, do I know anything about armor?
You succeeded by 2 degrees. You know that the armor would be used by a space marine on a feral world. It bears many of the insignias and inscriptions of the Imperium before it became the Imperium of Man, but as far as actual knowledge beyond that, you have no idea.
Marcy's gonna turn to the crew and say, "Guys, I think this is a pre-Imperium set of armor, like Unification Wars or earlier."
I mean, there's a sword that's kind of as big as your leg that looks like it's a play toy on the waist, and attached across the chest of each one of these is a very old-fashioned looking bolter.
Hey,
Dips on the bolter.
Sue's gonna take out the book he has from the heresy, start flipping through it for a
And
moment.
there is a scroll across the armor in the center that reads, "To the great shame of humanity, the heroes of the Imperium slaughtered for the greater good."
I think I know what that means, Marcy says. Do I have to roll if I know anything about the Unification Wars?
That'd be legends,
You
I
have
think.
forbidden lore history.
I think that falls
No.
under legends.
Then you don't know anything about the Unification Wars.
Sybil's gonna try to get the voice again and ask, would your name be Ares?
No.
Okay, just checking.
My name is Mars.
I was looking for Ares killed Chris.
Those are my brothers, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Titan, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. Slain for the Imperium's desire, despite the fact that we made it manifest.
The priestess is kinda kneel in front of the armor in the center, and she's gonna start praying and setting incenses. And the prayer that she's doing is a prayer of forgiveness.
While you're praying, the voice bellows to you, "I don't need your pathetic apology."
You may not need it, but as a servant of the Imperium, I feel like it's my duty to honor our past heroes, even if they were killed in unjustifiable means.
You consider wholesale slaughter justified?
No, she said unjustified.
Unjustified.
I don't need your sympathy either.
If that is what you wish, she gets up, bows one last time, and leaves the armors alone.
Anybody else?
Alexander's unconscious, so his left foot twitches.
If we're not getting anything from this, he'll just Sybil us again. Is there any way you could maybe help us find our way out, so we could leave you be, or? But still, if you wish to
stay
tell.
here so that they cannot come find me.
Who cannot find you?
Your false god.
Marcy's gonna scoff.
Heresy.
God? The Emperor is no god. The Emperor is a... well, Emperor.
Well, so I was just gonna start the big giant evil voice and say, well, I apologize for disturbing you then. If you cannot give us instructions to find our way out, then we shall simply head out, and whatever the Emperor did to you, even if you don't want forgiveness, or you want someone to apologize, I do have my condolence.
You guys realize that I've given you hints and clues as to what their actual names are, and no one's bothered to put the pieces together.
Mars, Titan.
They're the Roman names of the Greek gods, the same ones we use for the planets.
Oh, I thought they were more like code names, like. I mean, it's not above the Imperium to use code names for religious things. I mean, hell, the Great Crusade.
And how long have I been talking at you with my mic off?
I have no idea.
For a very long time.
I caught the gods.
And would any of them even know those? I mean, the Roman Empire's dead for a long ass time. Sybil's probably the only one who's ever been to Terra. That's to get his eyes fried out. So, Mars, are there any of your brothers or you that might be able to lead us out of here? Alive, that is. Or at least give us the instructions.
Blinks.
A voice can blink. Sorry, out of character.
The lights blink on and off.
Oh.
While they're doing that, Fiaura, Jaime walks into the other room and sees what's in there. I'll let Sybil keep antagonizing the spirits.
I'm just trying to find a way out. Do you want to move here?
Is what appears to be the machinery to run the attached rooms.
Ah.
Heavy mechanical gears, large-scale hydraulics, the generator for the electrical shock. Basically everything that would be required to run the other rooms is sitting in here. With a door in the back that's kind of featureless and has no handle or lock.
He will walk up to that door and see what happens.
It sits there closed.
Say that again?
It sits there closed.
I take my hand and push it.
Doesn't budge.
Possibly stupid thing here. Amber will go into the machinery room and look to see if there's an operations manual inside it.
That was my next step. But if it's in High Gothic, I ain't gonna be able to read it.
Doesn't budge.
No, he's asking
There's the
for.
other side right at the seam, so even if it swings inward, that would actually cause it to move a little. And if not, I'm going to get mad.
You should probably move to your character to the door.
Good idea.
Door's not budging with force. It looks like it doesn't move back. It doesn't swing.
Then he'll start trying to read what he can of the equipment in there, if anything is labeled. Back to you, Sybil.
If he can't get anything from Mars, then, well,
Titan.
yeah, he can't really. He'll just be looking over the. How many statues is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 statues. Seeing if they do anything.
You just gonna look at them or touch them?
Look for now. Touching has not been always the best of cases.
Nothing really happens. They're armor that's sitting there.
Sybil will get kind of close to one, not touching it, but say, which one was this, may I ask?
Like that one?
Yeah, to the big voice.
The big voice kind of grumbles a little bit and goes, "That was my brother, Neptune."
Poseidon.
Yeah, is there some kind of lore check that I could make to see if Sybil would understand any of these references? Like a cult or just some hard intelligence one? Like, I think old gods might fall under a cult. Be a lot easier to communicate when I can think my character has this knowledge.
No? Awareness test to find that there is no operations manual for these suits. These suits are built for people who are 10 feet tall.
No, I meant for the machinery room.
Oh.
Yeah, we're looking for on-off switches, guides, etc.
Oddly enough, there aren't any actual panels or on-off switches. It's kind of like these are just motors and engines that don't actually have a, on button attached to them.
I mean, no like.
I mean, you could smash the machinery.
No, tiny smash door.
He's gonna smash the door he can't open.
Oh, you're gonna smash the door. Okay.
Actually, I'll see if it will go up instead of left or right. As if it's a pneumatic door that would go up and down.
Did I just hear someone go up to a door and say, "All right, well, it says push. I don't know. I'll try lift instead."
No, it said push.
No, it didn't say push. I'm just pointing out that you're the first person I've ever heard say, "I'll try lifting the door."
Could be one that goes up, like a portcullis.
Okay. Make a strength test.
While they're doing that, Sybil's just gonna go around and ask the name of each of them.
Tells you the name of each of them.
Oh, when he's smart.
Venus, Mercury, Neptune.
There's my love-hate relationship again.
Pluto, Saturn, and Titan.
And when he's done, Sybil will say, "Well, I can't do much for any of you all, but a wise man once said, a man only dies his second death when he is forgotten. Now your lights will carry on as long as I live." Which it might carry on a bit longer than me, but hey, one more person remembering you can't hurt.
You hurt your back.
Does Mars react to me? Well, anything I say?
When you come back to the Mars statue, or the Mars mannequin, the armor moves.
Like it's to attack?
It's
or just
reaching
slow?
out to you.
Test of faith here. Gonna reach out a hand.
It ignores the hand and places its palm on your head. It does
Fear
this.
not death.
It does this twice more, very softly, and then goes back to its statuesque position.
He is
Since
a small-
Lassie is at the door, she's gonna squeak and say that the armor likes the Syker.
It's not armor. I think they're... Well, spirits
There was
of
a
some
hand
kind.
inside of that glove.
Well, Sybil's just gonna give a proper bow to it and say, "I will not forget your names. May you live on for eternity." Give a little proper, and as that, just when he's done, just start heading out. Come now. Let us not bother these people, but let us not forget them either.
That is the most respectful rogue trader I've ever seen.
He's a Seikar. He knows what it's like to be abused all the time. He's not going to do it to others.
Marcy's gonna write down their names on her diary and make sure that diary is sealed really, really well on the ship.
In the meantime, kicking the door results in your foot hurting a little bit and a piece of stone chipping off.
I stomp out of the room in a huff and walk over through the other doorways, or all the way out to the main Y intersection. Go the other direction. I'm fed up playing with this shit.
Amber shrugs and follows the captain.
Yep.
Now, is that door open or no? That door is still locked.
That door is still locked. The one you came in through is open.
Permanently.
Yes. It doesn't exist anymore.
Well, no, the first one you came in through that activated the trap in this room is open. The other one is locked.
That one is gone.
Yeah, so open, destroyed, and locked. Well, we can either go this or go back through the hall.
And he's going to come down here, still shining his handlight ahead, so nothing jumps out at him. And we'll come up and see what's in this little alcove.
Okay. The alcove has a pedestal, and on said pedestal
is a book.
No.
Is an oath saying fuck books?
A piece of
Sybil,
cheese.
hold Emmer.
Is it a bookmark? Sorry, I had to.
Nope. It's a chalice. Slightly cracked and worn with age, plated in gold and made of 2 human skulls.
Marcy's gonna turn to Sybil and say the following. Hold Emmer. Do not let him touch the chalice.
I guess it's the captain thing if we pick it up or if we just leave it and he wants to get the hell out.
Amber looks over at Sybil and is like, really? You're going to tell me not to touch things and not...
No, that was Marcy. That was Marcy.
You
That
can
wasn't
touch
me.
it all you want. Marcy, we're afraid, will blow something up, like us.
Yeah, Sybil wasn't telling you to do anything.
Yeah, it was Marcy asking Sybil to hold down Emmer before he does something stupid and kills everyone.
Yeah, I knew it was that. I was just like, really, you're asking Mr. Touch Glowy Thing to tell me not to touch things?
You can touch
Well,
it
at
if
least-
you want. It's your life.
So you're the relic hunter. Do you take it?
Well, he goes up to actually look at it a little closely.
Alexander, we're using Hetty's character, who is of no use. He's got you in a fireman's carry, dragging you along.
Okay, this probably needs positioning just in case we end up in combat again.
Just keep yourself at the back of the party.
Does it look like it's on display like an art piece, or is it like religiously reliquary stashed away, or...
It's in a tomb. What do you think?
Hey, this part isn't a tomb so far. Just that part down there.
Oh yeah, let's just have a tomb, and then have a nice like Art Deco piece over here. Maybe add like a Van Gogh on that wall. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're the one making assumptions, not me.
So, what do you do? Do you grab it, or are we just gonna leave the cup?
Well, I look at it and I not actually approaching it, trying to see if I can see any obvious traps or pitfalls to it, like things that look like they might be switches or pressure plates or odd little carvings along the wall where something might shoot out and...
We have a 10-foot pole. Sybil's gonna need a new staff at the end of this.
Are you gonna poke
Your
it with
10-foot
the
staff? No, 6-foot staff.
No, more poke the ground around it. No pressure plates or anything.
Are you poking it with the staff?
Not the cup, the ground around it.
Nothing happens.
Make sure there's no... Okay. Look safe, Emir, if you want the thing.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do a careful circuit around it, just double checking, eyes and close examination. Examine the pedestal itself, make sure nothing on it looks trapped or like it's gonna spring out and shoot at me.
Pull out an exactly weighted bag of sand. Tips Fedora. Oh no, yeah, Fedora.
In case you're gonna ask for me to roll.
You don't detect any mechanical or physical trap.
Well, lets out a little sigh and he reaches into his pack and he gets out like a sack and some cloth and he's gonna try to very carefully
Indiana
retrieve the
Jones.
chalice.
He's doing the Indiana Jones.
You're going to replace the chalice with a rock.
No, I'm just gonna I'm preparing to really carefully wrap it up and stow it instead of just knock it over with a stick like they wanted to.
No, I wasn't wanting to knock her the stick. I was wanting to test the ground for traps.
What are you doing exactly?
He's just taking it up and wrapping it.
You're picking up the chalice.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a willpower test.
Here we go again.
Oh shit.
Hey, Jaime, you want to give me a bonus before I roll it?
His willpower test is at -20.
And that's what we get for abusing the rogue trader power.
Well, no, the rogue trader can't give you a bonus to a reflexive action anyway, so it's a -20 total.
Yeah.
Inspiration only works whenever you are actively doing, whenever you are the actor, not the one being acted upon.
Woo!
Prepare for a bad day. Very bad day.
And I'm unconscious, I am so fucked.
So to make everyone want to come back for next week, Amir vanishes with the chalice.
He deserved it.
Wow. Really, girl?
Amir, do you have a light source with you?
Not really. Like, my monocle has vision enhancement, but that's it.
Where you are is cold, dark, damp, and lightless.
He's in Canada.
That's bad.
I think he's on the other side of that chalice at the end of Harry Potter.
I mean, it's either Canada or Scotland. I don't know. It's one of them. I guess that ends the session then.
Yes. Do you still have the chalice in your hand, by the way?
Alright, I still have it. Okay.
It's just, you don't know where you are. You don't know how you got here. All you know is you are surrounded by a cold, dark room. And there's the distinct feeling of slime on your feet.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tell you the whale.
Everybody have a good time?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Also, I stated before that I would not be here if we have a session next week. And that's because I'm an idiot. I did not understand Wednesday and Friday are not the same.
That's special.
That's a level of special.
What happened is I looked at the exam schedules based on the order of my classes, not thinking of what day those classes are assigned. Yeah.
That's order of magnitudes more special than I realized.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting session. We looked around, met a Monty Python character, killed some scorpions.
Which one of the Monty Python characters?
The
bizarrely dressed enchanter.
No. Yeah, the enchanter who, the guy who warned about, Tim the enchanter.
At least
I hope you're gonna meet the bridge guy.
At least
the average airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
I already made that joke.
Vostorian or Cadian?
May I speak?
I don't know.
First off, stream's not over. Gordon, sit in your corner.
Okay.
Good, Gordon. You didn't have to leave. I just wanted to make it clear that I wasn't quite done yet. Second, you all receive 100 experience points for what you've done so far. You also receive 90 XP for people not actually dying this time. So congrats to that. Next thing. I would like to thank my 3 top tier patrons, the Anonymous Person, Michael Bones, and Flopadoodle for being top tier patrons. You guys are awesome. You pay my utility bills every month. I would like to thank Mr. John T. 1978, Assignment Spaghetti, Yin Yang Lord 1, Michael Hallowell Bones, James Buckner, Witch Robowski, Song of the Void, Hetty on YouTube, Sturges, Miss Priss, Skullman, Heroin Bob, and Tom Curry for being sponsors here on YouTube. We're 2 sponsors short of our next emoji. You can make it happen. But in the meantime, I would like to thank them very much for getting us the current emojis we have, and also for being made of awesome and making sure that I have basic grocery money every month.
What is the L to lift ratio of the material of awesome?
Shank Xing Yang Lord for that one.
You realize she will actually go and calculate it now.
I know.
Next, I need to thank Toki, Insane Hippie, Miss Priss, and Furry One for tips today. And Furry One wins the tip war by $5 and a penny. As he steals the hat from Miss Priss. And also he and Miss Priss now have more artwork up here, which is the Craig and Tweak and the Captain Solano from the My Little Pony movie. Which is scary to think about, that they have just anthropomorphic parrots walking around. Not only do they have griffins and hippogriffs, they have anthropomorphic parrots walking around. It's just weird, man. It's just weird. That means... And I'm thinking that it's like D&D with ponies now.
D&D with ponies?
Well, what else do you want me to call it?
Wait, if they have a hippogriff, does that mean a bird person fucked a horse person?
Well, it sure wasn't the other way around.
I like my friend's version of hippie griffs. They're walking around smoking grass and wanting Fritos.
In the meantime, does anybody want to leave any other comments?
I do.
I have to say, beating literal... Sorry, you go, Kuru.
Emmer totally deserved that.
You don't even know what that is yet.
Yeah. Do I need to know?
For all you know, I just got dumped into the hookers and blackjack room.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
It's the chalice that sends them to his person of blackjack and hookers room.
I mean, it did look like a pimp cup.
Green area of the adult theater.
I have to say it was kind of cool, like, seeing little, well, gods. And it's like, oh, cool, literal gods. And statues.
Yeah, I sent in a Void Master sheet, so... What?
Oh god, I just had a terrible thought. Sybil pressed F to pay respects.
You asshole.
Tommy, you're not in the hooks and whatever room. You're in the drain for the adult theater.
I hope all of you had a wonderful time. I hope all of you on stream had a wonderful time watching us.
I have a question.
That is true, Tommy. That would be weird and awkward, and I would not accept it. What is your question?
Technically, Gordon has a question.
Okay.
I told him he could come back.
Dude, I already sent her the question. I do not need to talk about it here.
I just love to embarrass you.
You didn't send me a question, so what's the question?
Email.
You didn't send me a question in my email either, so what's the question?
Welcome to the army.
Also, welcome to the Army of Fiaura, Ellipsion Church. Welcome to the Army of Fiaura. Thank you for subscribing. Woohoo! That's good news. That means that there's one more minion.
Yes, boss.
Does it mean the rest of us in the salt mines get a break? Because we'll have enough people to cover like 2 shifts instead of everyone working non-stop.
What about the cunt hunters? Gonna have the guns at bay. Cunts.
Anyway, that's going to be everything for tonight, guys. You guys all have a good night. I'll be here for post-stream hangout. And stuff.
Don't use sh instead of s. These days it's political.
Good night, everybody. Oh, good. Good night, everybody.
Night stream.
Night.